The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Who did that? I did not press that. I did not press that one bit. What? Who did? Oh, who did? Wait, that's not, no, yep, this is the right button.
Well, it was perfect timing.
Yeah,
Well,
blame it on Jordy.
Jesus. Then again,
And
I do
after
that all
tonight-
the time too.
After tonight,
Why do you talk like such a retard?
Oh, gee. I could talk about how it's better
Oh.
than I Am Sam. That's for fucking sure.
I Am Sam.
the
Fucking
bacon
piece
network
of
of David.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah, you were telling me how bad it was.
No, it's bad. It's real bad. Oh my god. I Am Sam. Sean, like I say in Tropic Thunder. Sean Penn will.
Chayton, I could have drowned it.
I could have drowned it. I could have drowned it. But obviously, we'll talk about that. First of all, literally, there's been a lot going on. I don't know what the hell's going on in terms of all the shit going on. First of all, the first thing I want to talk about, John Landau passed away. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
dude.
We
I was
James
shocked
Cameron's
when I
fellow
found out about
producer,
this.
which is really fucking sad. So he didn't live to see Avatars 3, 4, and 5 now.
I mean, it's okay because we're not gonna live to see the money.
You really think so? I think Avatar 3 might come out next year. It might.
James Cameron's just gonna outlive all of us.
He's a
And-
goddamn alien at that point.
But there's some good news. We get to have Shrek 5 on July the 1st in 2026.
July
Yes!
July 1st, 2026. The 4th of July opening weekend. It's breaking the internet right now.
It's
really
going
is.
to.
Well, it did. It did. They gave
Yeah.
it a date.
Like,
They gave it a
everyone loves
poster.
Shrek. And people want
Yep.
more Shrek.
I'm surprised that people want more Shrek because considering the reception of the 3rd and the 4th movies, I would think, oh, maybe it's time.
I
for
mean,
people, but
Shrek can literally just like. You don't even. I mean, even though I think the second movie's the best one, you don't
It is
even
the
need the
best,
second
easily.
movie. The first one is like such a cultural phenomenon that it's like it can survive on just that.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know how franchises are. You know, once you go with one movie, then the
Mhm.
franchise gets to expand, and you make money off the franchise. You make more
And that was the
movies, you
push-
make
I
more
think
TV
Puss in
shows.
Boots' last
You do
wish
this,
was
you
that
do
people
that,
wanted.
and all you do it's just either for the kids, adults, or just both alike.
All I
So,
ask is this: we better keep the animation style. Do not switch to the Puss in Boots' Last Wish animation redesign. I feel like they should keep the design how it was. I think so personally. I think they should keep it. I think so to maintain consistency because people are gonna be like, why the fuck does it look like this now? Why does it look like this? I feel like do it how PDI used to do it when they were around, and and we have I think Eddie Murphy said he's on board. Mike Myers said got confirmed. Cameron Diaz got confirmed. I think
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas is the only one who hasn't been confirmed yet, but I think he is gonna show up. I think he will.
you know what? Hold on. Here's the Arthur version of Donkey. You ready? But you gotta have friends. Stop singing. Oh, it's no wonder that you don't have any friends. Wow. Only a true friend would be that truly honest. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I'm a little. To me, Forever After was a good ending, initially the ending, but I'm not I'm a bit skeptical about Shrek 5. But you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. We'll see what happens because I feel like with DreamWorks, they really need something really special. I feel like DreamWorks, ever since Boss Baby, has been kind of slowly.
They need
killing
something
themselves.
special, and they need something like Shrek that will
Kind of like this
give
movie.
them money.
Yeah, bring in the
Kind of like this
money.
movie we're about to review tonight is Special Ed Special.
Another thing.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I love the movie.
Well, I know, but the other thing I want to talk about. Oh boy.
Oh, you heard I was starring in Shrek 5?
Huh?
Shaden said something in the live chat saying he heard that I was starring in Shrek 5.
Oh, good lord.
Okay, here's the part where I say, "Where's my money, bitch? I ain't gonna be asking nice."
The other thing that just when I thought Skydance was out, they pull back in. They are now officially, for real now, acquiring Paramount. The merger's happening. Back when they said that they're not going to happen, and now they're back to doing it. I don't know what's up with Shari Redstone's brain. I don't know.
I mean, they could have done it before.
Told her that, oh, I'm going to keep it, that. And just like, oh boy. So Skydance's going to merge with Paramount. And I didn't know that they were going to combine Skydance Animation with Nickelodeon. As long as John Lasseter ain't there no more.
Wait, let Victor speak. Oh my God,
Yeah,
he speaks
thank
too
you.
much. He has something in common with you, Chayton. You two speak too much.
Well, he's kind of like in that regard. So they are officially buying them. I don't know what's going to happen with all the networks and things like that. I hope, although this is better than David Zaslav buying Paramount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warner bought Paramount. I would have just been like, shoot me, David Zaslav, fucking piece of fucking wreck.
Yeah, he'll be arrested for crashing that mountain.
Yeah, he'll be crashing the mountain, or like in that movie. What's the name of that movie that came out this year about the fucking plane crash in the 80s mountains? Society of the Snow.
Society of the
Snow.
Yes, Society.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I still need to watch that. Yeah.
It's so good. It's my
I do
favorite movie
too.
in 2024.
Well, you know what?
so far.
Since Chayton is here, so
Should I tell?
what do you
everybody
want to talk about?
Okay, I do want to get this out of the way first. I have something very special planned for episode 100. Which, if God willing, we go on schedule, it will air, I believe, on November 12th. I believe. It'll be coming on November 12th. Chayton
Bob
will
the
be
builder. Oh my
our
God.
special guest for episode 100. I made it official. Chayton is going to join us for episode 100, and it will be fucking hilarious because everybody loves when Chayton's on here. Everybody laughs their ass off. He's a fan favorite here. Obviously, it will be amazing. I'm buying
the popcorn pack. How much money will you be buying that, Shane?
Okay.
Probably billions.
But yeah.
It's your moment, Victor, to sell.
How much more, Chayton? But yeah, he's going to be on for episode 100. It will be great. Trust me, it will be great. So, anything else that I'm missing here? Crap.
Nope.
No, I want to see if I'm trying to see if I don't have anything else planned. I'm trying to trying to figure out the thing. I'm
Also,
trying
the
to
Gladiator 2
$1
trailer.
For every brain you don't have,
Gladiator 2.
I have $1.
Gladiator 2. I haven't seen the Gladiator 2 trailer, but at the same time, I heard about what they used, the song that they used.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hunter and I
Yeah.
were talking about this.
Listen, Ridley Scott's. I don't know what because I have watched like the behind the scenes of like Kingdom of Heaven, and I know that he has personally like selected songs for trailers, and he always goes with these songs for
The
his
same
trailers.
song that they used from The Great
I have
Gatsby
no
and
idea
Safe
why.
House.
That's right. They did use it for Safe House, and for Safe House, they used it in the movie. It's in the end credits of that damn movie.
Yes.
It's just
No
like,
joke.
why do you use that song? And they use it for Safe House, they use it for Great Gatsby. I'm sure they used it for other things too. That's the only two that's coming to mind. But for Gladiator,
That
why
doesn't
don't you
really
use
fit the
actual
tone.
fucking score from Gladiator. Why didn't you use Now We Are Free? That's like you could have easily did that and bam.
I
everybody
remember,
would've been like,
let's see, Exodus, Gods and Kings
What?
had something weird
Yeah, I
in the
mean,
trailer. Kingdom of Heaven has one that fits a little better, and yeah, it's just he
just-
loves
having
doing
a
it, and I
problem
don't
with-
know why.
And then House of Gucci pulled this shit too, didn't he?
I actually think it works in House of Gucci. Well, I think the first song in like the first trailer works, which is House of
The only movie that he
Glass.
hasn't done it, and he hasn't done it for, is The Last Duel in recent years. That's the only movie where he didn't do it. That's the only fucking movie.
Robin Hood has this dun dun dun. I don't know. It's
Oh my god. What?
More excuses.
Gladiator
More
used Kid Rock?
more
You gotta be
lies.
fucking kidding me. You gotta be. Is this real? That
What?
Gladiator used Kid Rock in the fucking trailer?
What?
I hope to God
Well,
not.
okay.
It better not be. It better not be Bob with the Ba. It better not be Bob with the Ba. It would be like. Because already used bad in fucking Tokyo Drift with that fucking race with that one guy from Home Improvement racing with the fucking other guy.
You know what DK stands for? Donkey Kong. Like
Fucking
what?
fucking piece of shit. Yeah. But yeah. I gotta turn on my light now.
Yeah, that's Jordy's favorite.
Well, funny thing is that was actually from the Donkey Kong cartoon back in the Super Saturday Super Starcade or Supercade. I'm sorry.
You get what I'm going with, Jordy. Come on.
This week also, Sausage Party Foodtopia. Tanner's most anticipated show of the year.
Oh. He'll be like, shut up.
He's like, shut up! Like tell me so. Shut up! Shut up! Sorry.
Look, speaking of Shrek,
everybody betrayed me. I'm fed up. Oh my god!
Okay,
now that's the face of nightmares.
So since we actually went under 3 hours, and all because we spoke too little on the opening, should we go ahead with our topics? Because I'm already ready. Because I got like a few on hand.
All right. I guess we'll go with the topic since Jared wasn't here last week. I guess I'll let him go first.
Oh, okay. Sweet. So, it's that time again for...
A period?
Huh? Yes.
For a period? No.
A period?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep. Jordy's right.
Ew.
Jared, I cannot imagine that. I picture it in my head. But go ahead.
I've done this twice before on here, and I've finally watched all of the movies in this particular era, so it's time for another Disney era ranking.
Oh, here we go. The Silver Age.
Yep.
Silver Age, right?
We've gone through the Golden Age. I've done the package film era, and now it's off to the Silver Age, which is
that's some of the best.
I think, honestly,
Silver and Gold. Oh, wait a minute.
It really has like Disney's like I feel like their most iconic like classic characters in it because because it's like the Golden Age, it does have Snow White, it does have the Seven Dwarfs, it has Pinocchio, Jiminy Cricket and stuff, but I don't know, like when I think of the Disney iconography, it's like I do think of like Cinderella and Peter Pan and like the Jungle Book and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm doing this because my next review is on my channel is going to be the Jungle Book, and then I'll be moving on to the Dark Age.
Good Lord.
But I do not call
That's going to be painful. I call it the Dark Age. I don't give a fuck.
I actually don't call it the Dark Age as much anymore. There's this one YouTuber that I watch. He hasn't made a video in a very long time, but his name is called Joe the Disney Guy.
I never heard of him.
And he's been for like 6-7 so years and everything. He's been putting out these really detailed like videos on like all of the Disney movies and reviewing them. Cool. And like he's only at like Beauty and the Beast now or something. And he hasn't made a video in a while. But he called that era, and I even emailed him to ask him how he came up or why he called the Dark Age the transitional era.
I consider the label of the transitional era would be from after the Renaissance. That's the transitional era for me.
He calls it the transitional era because of it was moving from Walt Disney's work, obviously, because he had died at that point, and then
to
going into like uncharted territory with
Ron Miller, and then of course towards the end, Michael Eisner and Jeffrey Katzenberg and those people.
So it was like he sees it as like this transitional era from the Silver Age into the Renaissance.
Yeah.
So I started kind of using that term, and I guess he coined it. I haven't found anything else.
He's the only one who coined it, or else you're gonna get sued by somebody. Just be careful with that.
Well, because I did like a transitional era like ranking before, and I gave him credit. But anyway, so I watched all the Silver Age movies, and there are 8 of them. And overall thoughts and everything, the Golden Age for me is like nearly like untouchable. Like 3 of those films are some of my favorite movies of all time. I think Dumbo's all right, and Snow White. I keep thinking about that movie a lot. Like, I know I gave it a 7, but I keep thinking about that movie like a lot, like almost every day.
That's like the best kind of movie.
It's the
one
that
I might not have it as a 7 anymore, but like I think about it a lot. So anyway, I'll just start off with
how many movies
8,
are in this age? How many movies are in the saga you have?
Wait, what?
This era, how many movies?
There's 8.
Okay.
There's 8.
I have a feeling what's gonna be number 8. I have a feeling. I have a strong feeling what's gonna be.
No, because like, okay, so Golden Age has 5 movies. The package film era has like 6, I think. 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at number 8, I have, it's typically the lowest for a lot of people.
Let me guess. It has to be The Sword in the Stone.
It is The Sword in the Stone.
What I tell you? Even Walt Disney didn't care for this movie.
Which was my last review, and I thought it was like
it's solid. It's solid.
It's pretty okay. It's pretty all right.
I think the problem with that movie is just that it's so episodic and it doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't have much of an ending. It just abruptly kind of just stops.
Yes, and I think I mentioned this in my review that like for the first hour, like having that episodic nature and stuff, it was fun. I was enjoying it, but then after a while, I was just kind of. I'm like, okay, like I'm ready for this movie to wrap up after 45 minutes of it.
And not only that, I feel like I know it's called The Sword in the Stone, but like the VHS covers and the DVD covers, they all ruin the ending. Every single one of them. The original VHS release even has Arthur pulling out the sword from the stone. Oh yeah, that's ruined the movie for me in the damn cover. It's like Quarantine.
Well, isn't that the whole point, you know?
I get it, but you could do it in such a way that doesn't ruin the movie for anybody. Just call it Sword and Stone, put some fucking Merlin or never on these damn covers. It's just
it's a fine movie. I do like the music a lot in it, especially like the opening theme, and I like the ending overall. There's also some weird things too.
There's something in that movie that I like. You know, remember when Merlin, gets all the dishes and all the cleaning stuff done with magic?
Yes.
I like the theme song behind it.
Me too. I also love his like modern day, like he references stuff from modern day, which is actually something from the book that it's based on, which I found like pretty clever and stuff, because that book has like a lot of intentional anachronisms in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's okay. It's harmless, but like it's just very like forgettable. Now afterwards, after all this, I think these Silver Age movies range from good to just, fantastic, like classics. So really, it's like at this point, I have them ranked this way, but like to be honest, it's like a lot of them are very interchangeable. It's just going to depend upon like rewatch.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling this movie over this movie.
Yeah.
So at number 7 right now, I have a movie I watched a lot as a kid, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I knew.
Oh,
that's a great one.
It's funny because those two,
Wolf did.
Winter Stone and Alice in Wonderland, Walt Disney was not too fond of, particularly Alice in Wonderland. I don't think he liked it at all. Like legitimately when he was making it.
Still be silly.
I think
maybe he's right for not liking it at first, but when you think about it and you give it a second look, you wonder why it is a good film in and of its own right, and that
I think it's fine.
Is.
I think it's just severely flawed. It's not my favorite Disney movie. I think there's a lot
well,
of flaws.
there's flaws in it. I mean, it's a wonderland,
I used to really love
Nothing
this.
is supposed to make
when I
sense.
was a
I
kid.
still love it too.
I do. I like how dark it gets too. I enjoy that about it, and also unlike Sword in the Stone, it is also like a very episodic like thing.
Yes.
But it does feel like it's always leading you on a journey. It's leading you to an end point. Whereas
although
Sword
that
in the
end
Stone
point for
doesn't
me,
really have
I
that.
never liked the ending to Alice in Wonderland. I thought it was always a total cop out. I thought it was a total cop out. I'm like, fuck you. I hate when movies say, "Oh, it's all just a dream. Forget about it." Fuck that shit. I wasted my money.
God.
William as the Mad Hatter.
Hey, Victor, look at the chat.
Why not
God.
why not can I be the Cheshire Cat?
Whoa!
Oh, by the way, if you really want
20th
to know,
anniversary.
he went that way.
Well, 20th anniversary is on September 22nd.
I know. It's
Also,
coming.
why is it not trending on Netflix? It's still not trending. I hate you on Netflix. I hate you. I hate you so much. I can't even discover Lost. All you care about is Beverly Hills Cop. Although technically, I heard Beverly Hills Cop was actually a pretty good.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But other than that,
you hate pretty much everything, Victor.
I don't hate everything. I just hate Netflix in general.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do, you little bitch. Like, seriously.
Let's see.
Oh, jeez.
So anyway, number 6, I'm gonna put Peter Pan.
My God. You want to know what?
Okay.
I think it's a classic, just
you
fun,
wanna know who-
swashbuckling kind of film.
You want to know? You want to know who Peter Pan is?
What? Who?
What?
David 3000.
Was it because of that photo?
Not just that. David makes. You see, David. He makes Jack the Ripper look like Peter Pan.
I can picture that photo of David as Peter Pan right now because I was on
I think Peter Pan
R200.
is a really good movie that has one major flaw. If you've seen the movie in recent times, you know what I'm fucking talking about.
Oh, is it the Indian?
Yes.
I also
I
don't
can
find
definitely see that.
Peter
never
all
really
that
had-
likable.
I never really had a problem with that scene. It's just that,
I just think it hasn't aged well. I just think it hasn't aged very well.
That's the thing. That's the difference. It's like it's not.
I'm not saying
It
I'm
doesn't
not
make it
offended over it. I'm
bad
just
or
saying
anything.
hasn't
It just
aged well.
makes it
dated. It makes it dated. It doesn't make
Yeah.
it seem like a timeless classic. Other than that, I fucking love the movie.
Sorry, don't remind me
Captain
of that
Hook's
movie.
amazing. I love
Red
his
face. Oh my
constant
God.
struggle with the crocodile. That
my
that
God.
shit's hilarious
They
to me.
don't-
Other
That
things.
are
The
smile,
flying
that
scenes
crocodile.
are iconic. The flying
It's
scenes are
I'm telling
very
you,
yeah.
iconic. It's weird. I think I also talked about this in my review of it too, but I was a big Peter Pan fan, like as a kid, and I never actually watched the movie. I grew up watching
Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I grew up watching Hook.
I'm going to say this
And-
right now. Hook is a very good Peter Pan film. I mean,
I've heard a lot. The one I grew up with, even though I don't remember fucking anything from it, is the 2003 version. That's the
I
one.
like
oh
that
my
one.
God. Okay. that was Disney's way of trying
That's
to.
not Disney. That was Universal.
Was that that was Universal?
The 2003 one was Universal and
I thought
Columbia.
Yeah, it was.
I thought Disney did that.
No, it was
No.
Universal
No.
and Columbia. They did it together.
Huh.
So.
But
Well,
then again, you're
but
probably thinking
regardless,
of like
that-
a different movie.
Oh,
That version-
are you thinking of the one that
Came out last year.
came out? By David Lowery.
That was
Listen,
so boring.
listen.
I
boy.
can't
As
comment on it because I haven't watched it yet. So
As somebody that
Jared,
like
Jordy.
I know Victor and I know even William do not like
It's boring.
Ghost
That was boring.
Story.
Oh no, a ghost
But-
story. That movie can go fuck itself.
Oh, yeah.
I am a huge David Lowery. Yeah,
David Lowery.
Lowery.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of his.
David
I
Lowery.
love like all of his movies, and Peter Pan and Wendy was just the blandest. Like for something that he said was his most personal film,
Personal? What are you talking about?
I could not see that at all.
I
I think he has made more personal films.
What are you talking about?
I feel
What?
like fucking a ghost story. I could say.
I
it's
think
about-
that's more personal because it's
Yes,
about
I was gonna
him,
say that. Even though I
him
fucking
like
hate it,
you
it's
know
more
having to leave his
personal.
home and everything.
Yeah. But with Peter Pan and Wendy, though, what the fuck was this shit?
I know it was pretty much an art house movie too.
It's just
It was.
Worse.
It's just very
I can
Fuck me.
confirm it. I can confirm that for
me.
you.
Let me
And
tell
it's
you
boring.
something. Let me tell you something. You want to watch a movie based off Peter Pan in live action? Just watch Hook. I mean
Or
that.
better yet, if you want to be different, just watch Finding Neverland. Even though it,
or watch
Yeah,
Pain.
but
no,
here's the thing.
Pan,
No.
fuck that shit.
Never birds.
Look. The problem is that the thing is, I only prefer Hook because it's not just because it has Robin Williams in it. I mean, God
Yeah.
rest his soul. It's also the fact that it has proper storytelling within the universe of Peter Pan, like Neverland and all that stuff. And I think it's pretty good. And it's still, it hasn't even
Freaking really, Jose?
it hasn't even aged over the years. It still looks good.
I think that okay, so when I was in high school, I would have put like Hook as like one of my top like 20 favorite movies. I have not seen it like since high school, so I don't know, but it's a movie that I really grew up with. But anyway, this is about the Silver Age.
Yeah, it's about the Silver Age. I'm like, whoa.
So we're at. So that was number 6. Number 5, I have 101 Dalmatians.
That would
which
be a
is
little higher on my list. I love it.
I actually
absolutely love it.
It's
enjoy that.
such a
Love
fun
it.
movie.
Hold on a second.
Love it.
You idiots! You fools!
Actually, I got another one.
imbeciles!
Also,
Shut up.
also, blast this bed, blast this wretched bed. Ah!
Cruella de Vil was just one of the best Disney villains, period. She's
Oh, she's
so
iconic.
entertaining. The music is really good. And okay, so this was, let's see, yeah. This was the first movie that
And let's
used
not
the
forget about-
Xerox process.
Yes,
Let's not forget
they
about-
use
Let's
Xerox.
not forget about Jasper and Horace,
Oh
okay?
no, they're
Yeah.
fantastic too.
Yeah,
But-
this is the first one to use Xerox. Yeah.
And I think it's one of the ones that does it the best.
Absolutely, it has a style all of its own.
Hell yeah.
It's just the rough like edge style
Yeah.
kind of works with like the just because I don't know, I just think of like
I think it's just
it's
style.
dirty, it's kind of
It feels to
grim.
me almost like contemporary of that time. Almost.
yes.
Contemporary.
Live action remake it wasn't that bad, but Cruella blows it out of the water.
The remake, the initial remake from '96. I've
Glenn
seen
Close.
bits and pieces of it.
I
Okay.
grew
The
up
live
watching.
action, the first live action ones, the first two, I actually liked them.
I grew up watching the Glenn Close one, and like I really enjoyed it. In fact, when I got Disney Plus, Victor
mhm.
might be surprised at this and
Mhm.
everything.
I know about this.
It was not the first thing I watched was not the new Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Actually,
What?
it was 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah,
I thought
I know about
I
that.
did that fucking live stream. Like, oh, you told me. Do they have the new Adventures of Winnie the Pooh? I looked it up. I'm like, oh crap. I felt like for sure that's gonna be the first thing he watches when that service
Okay.
is launched. And then
Or
no,
wait, maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
No,
It's been a while
Okay,
now.
Jared, you know what I originally thought you were going to say?
what?
I thought you were going to originally say George of the fucking Jungle.
Oh, fuck off.
Well,
Oh,
that
my Lord.
I don't know if that was on there yet when I got it.
Well,
That's
when
true,
did
it's
that
a
movie
while.
come to Disney
George
Park,
of the
though?
Jungle, jump with that boom.
When did
Whee!
But
like
yeah,
2 years
101
after
Dalmatians,
launch?
I love just like so much of it and everything, and I love the characters a lot. And the style is really, really good. As I said, like the Xerox processing, like it works for that film the absolute best. Because like I think Sword in the Stone looks kind of rough, and even Jungle Book I don't think looks like visually the best.
Oh yes, Angels
You know,
in the
there's
Outfield's
also
coming to
some
Disney
certain-
Plus. I'm so
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
that's
thrilled
right.
about that. It
That's
took 'em-
right.
It's about damn
know-
time.
You know what
That
I've also
movie is such a-
noticed? I've
Yeah.
also
What?
noticed there in some of these movies, like, there are certain scenes, like, animated scenes that actually look the same, but they're different, in some
Yeah.
cases.
Yes, they recycled animation a
Yeah,
lot.
recycled animation. That's what it is.
Especially in the Dark Age, they did that all the time. Robin Hood is a culprit.
Oh,
a huge
yes.
culprit of them
It's-
losing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
But
they
yeah.
did that? Because they want to just like,
Save
save
money.
money.
Because they were losing so much money. And Angels in the Outfield, like I said, that is a child class. I'm finally glad that finally it's gonna get a new audience. I'm so happy. That movie is. I can quote.
Okay,
that
I
movie pretty
think
much
Robin
verbatim.
Hood, it stole from the
The
Aristocats,
Aristocats, which also reused animation.
and it also used the animation from Snow White. in
Yes,
the
it did.
70s.
It's notorious that they
Oh,
did
I
that.
forgot about that.
They,
Yeah.
literally, what they
Mhm.
did was they traced the modern characters, the characters that you're working with, but they just recycled the same, not like the actual animation, but like the movements. They copied the
Mm.
movements, and it's just like they recycled it, just put it with a new fresh coat of paint because they were saving money at the time. Robin Hood is notorious for that. I think there was another one that also reused it, but Robin Hood's like the most
When you
famous.
but still, even with that stuff, the movie itself does look good in a way.
I think out of the Dark Age, it's one of my favorite of the Dark Age. I think it's one of the best, honestly. Gonna be honest.
Winnie the Pooh's still my favorite of the Dark Age.
Oh, please, can we go back to chapter 1 and do it all over again?
So number 4 might be interesting, but it's the Jungle Book.
I'm surprised it's not that higher, but at the same time, I'm not. You know why? Because he prefers the fucking live action.
I
remake.
do prefer the
easily.
John Favreau
Favreau.
remake. It's that movie's amazing. I could talk all day about that. In fact,
Yep. And it's on the wheel too.
Morgan and I watching Jungle Book, I was like, can we
can't
watch?
talk for 40 minutes about it either because we'd be wasting time.
Yeah, but like with Morgan and I like watching Jungle Book and everything, I was like, can we also watch the Jon Favreau?
Oh, by the way, if you're gonna watch a Jungle Book, don't watch a god awful cam footage of it online like a certain.
It's too much talking, and it's hard to look at what's going on at night.
I even said in the live chat, not a certain Peter we all know.
And as Shane Jordan once said, retard.
But yeah, Jungle Book has just such lively, incredibly
It's
fun
just
characters.
very upbeat.
And
I'd
the
say it's very
music
upbeat.
is
Oh,
fantastic. At
King
this
Louie,
point,
man.
Disney was full in on their like 60s, 70s like jazz era like music and everything,
Yeah.
and it's all like just like scat music, and it's just
I actually
so
think it's funny that
fun.
the voice for Winnie the Pooh was actually the voice for the Ka the snake.
Yeah.
I thought
yeah.
that was
Well,
funny.
and then also he was Mr. Stork in Dumbo.
Dumbo. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
Dumbo's another one. Oh my god! And yet
I-
some people are so offended by the freaking crows. You know, and I'm
I
like,
think it's actually holds up a little bit better than the natives in Peter Pan. A little bit better because they actually.
I think so too.
Because
I think they're actually, you know,
they're
entertaining.
helpful. They're helpful to Dumbo. They're not a full-on stereotype. They're not.
And it's a good.
I think, and to be honest with you,
catchy song.
I didn't think they were being stereotypical at all, in my opinion. I just thought they were being entertaining, you know.
I like in some aspects it could be a little dated, but like I think it works a little bit better for me than the natives in Peter Pan. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, number 3 is probably higher than some people would put this. It's one of those movies that's like was not a classic when it came out, and has slowly become a classic, but has never been put among the same ranks as like a lot of the other Disney princess films, and that is Sleeping Beauty, which is...
I can say this for sure. This was their most ambitious movie up to that point. It was shot in, I believe, Technorama, 7mm. It's ambitious.
I think this is the best looking film Disney has maybe ever made. But until like the Renaissance.
Like visually, yes. But I feel like the problem why it's not been so much a class is because of the damn character work. I feel like the fairies, not a lot of people like the fairies. They're the Deus Ex Machina of the movie.
My best friend doesn't really care for them either, but like I don't know, man. I just have so much fun with them.
Oh, I'll say this for sure. Sleeping Beauty is better than any of those two fucking Maleficent
movies. Sleeping Beauty. Good, but it's not great. It's not on par.
Jordy. It's good, but it's not great.
It's not on par. It's not on par with Cinderella. I'll just tell you right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
But yeah, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, by the way, make it blue, make it pink, make it blue, make it pink. Will you stop it? You know what?
I think
you want to make it something colorful? Why don't you make it green? That way I can be happy because it's my favorite color.
Anyway.
I think...
Oh, kind of like what Jared's wearing right now.
I'm offended. No, I'm not.
No, it's a compliment. And you know why?
Oh, well, thank you.
After all, you know that whole make it pink, make it blue, and you know why don't you just make it green? It'll make me happy. It's my favorite color. Look what Jared's wearing. You know?
but yeah. So the one thing I will say is obviously Aurora herself, Sleeping Beauty, is
not
incredibly bland and uninteresting. She's barely in the film.
Whatsoever.
Where this movie kind of fails the princess, I think, for the very first time, it like succeeds in making the prince a character.
You know, it's
the prince is an actual character in this movie. He has a cool sword fight at the end.
Well, actually, it's not really a sword fight. It's actually more like a battle.
Yeah.
What's between? But here's the thing: it didn't really amount to much, you know, because again, you have the fairies helping the prince. You know,
they did all the work. He did it.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, what the hell do we need you for?
The movie does have Maleficent, which is
now Maleficent makes the movie. I'm not gonna lie.
One of the best things ever. Like one of the best villains.
One of the best Disney villains.
Idiots!
From her design to the voice, which is interesting because it's the same voice as Lady Tremaine in Cinderella. But yeah, this is just an incredible
kind of funny.
villain.
Like at that after the introduction sequence, it's like this. We checked the forest, the mountains, and all the cradles, and then cradle.
My God! And then, so yeah, that's
the way she says it, like this, like a disgrace to the forces of evil. I'm like, wow, and you don't even deny it. That's cool.
I feel like the movie is at its best when you have it on mute. That's my thoughts on it.
Also, I'll say this too. I think I mentioned it maybe in my review, but I would really love for Sleeping Beauty, because of how beautiful it is, to get a 4K treatment. Because even with the HD, I watched it on Disney Plus, and there were just like some very apparent like blemishes on the image. And it's like, you know, when you're watching it on a big screen, it's very noticeable.
Do you think it's DNR, or is it just that it's dirty and they were working with bad?
It might be dirty because I feel like I don't know when but it could be DNR. I don't. There's just some blurry moments with the image, very rarely, but like you can notice it like in big sequences. So anyway, so with number 1 and number 2, it's a real like I find it so hard to rank this era like a lot because
good, that's why.
Yeah, so the first 2 are almost like interchangeable again, and I think one of them does like win out at the end, but for number 2, as of right now, I'm putting Lady and the Tramp.
Wow.
Well, you know what? That's
considering how you talked about it in your review for that movie.
It was really hard doing this.
I would think that this would be number 1. I would have thought.
It has been number 1 for so long.
I'm going to say this right now. If you want to watch something like that, that's the thing you need to watch. Don't ever watch the live action.
I actually could defend the fucking remake. I'm gonna defend it.
That movie's okay.
Never saw it.
I think it's not bad at all.
Yeah, well, when I gave my review, I mean,
it's not bad at all. I think
Well,
yes,
if you like it, that's fine. I don't really give a shit. But the thing is, when I watched it, holy shit, my intelligence was insulted.
Lady and the Tramp, though, is just such a... It's just such a classic, love story with 2 dogs of all things. The animation is great. This is the first time they used,
See, someone agrees.
CinemaScope basically for this, or Cinerama. I can't remember.
No, CinemaScope is what they used.
Yes.
Technorama they used for Sleeping Beauty.
So
CinemaScope they used for Lady and the Tramp.
It's in widescreen, and this is one of the best looking Disney films, like, period. It's beautiful. It's romantic. The songs are absolutely amazing. And in fact, like, what are their names? The directors of Little Mermaid and
John Musker and Ron Clements. There you go. It took me a bit.
So when they were directing Princess and the Frog, they said the 2 movies that they pulled from for like the animation was Lady and the Tramp and Bambi, because they felt that those 2 movies showcased the best of Disney animation. So yeah, Lady and the Tramp, fantastic.
I think it's really damn good.
I think I know what's going to be number 1 then.
Yeah, it's
number 1 is Cinderella.
Yeah,
Cinderella.
I saw that coming a mile away.
I recently, not recently.
Studio.
I got this movie on 4K and watched it, and it's one of the best animated films ever. This movie is fantastic.
My sister loves it.
It's
great.
It's the story is just incredibly well told. It's just I feel like if this is the definition of a Disney princess movie. This is what established.
This is like it gets the character. You love her. You care about her. I can't really say that like I didn't care too much for like in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I didn't care much for Snow White, aside from the fact that the 7 dwarves cared about Snow White. I cared about the 7 dwarves caring about Snow White, not necessarily her herself. And she's not really much of a character, but Cinderella is a fucking character.
It's fully realized,
She's wonderful. I love the mice. The mice, yet again, are kind of just like the seven dwarves of this film, but I think they have just so much personality.
Dwarves.
Lady Tremaine.
Seven dwarfs.
There are moments with her, with the animation that will just live on in my memory, such as her like being in the bed, just like all in shadow and just stroking her cat.
Or didn't do anything wrong.
Or at the end of the movie when Cinderella's like, "Oh yes, I have the other glass slipper," and Lady Tremaine's face is like,
Somebody
take a photo. Take a photo.
Somebody did.
Oh, take a photo.
Somebody
What?
better do it.
What?
Jose.
What
Jose.
Jared made a face.
Jose.
Oh,
There it is.
Lord.
Jose. Do it. And send it to me.
but yeah.
Do it right now.
It knows what exactly to do. And yeah, I agree, Soren, that the Cinderella remake is
I've heard
really
it's very good. It's
Oh,
I
Branagh, right?
love
I
that
have
remake.
not seen it yet, so I'm gonna reserve my,
It's Kenneth Branagh, so I would
Oh.
assume it. Okay, he did Artemis Fowl. That's not exactly clear. I was about to say
It's-
Kenneth Branagh barely never did a bad movie, but Artemis Fowl is a piece of shit.
Sometimes I feel like most of these remakes are, unnecessary, but then there are some that actually, do
Work.
some justice for the
I feel
original
like-
animation.
I feel like the ones that are very faithful to the source, like Jungle Book. It's okay, maybe not faithful to the source because Jungle Book changes quite a bit because it's more
Yeah.
action centric. But like Cinderella is very faithful to the source.
Hell-
I think it's because of Kenneth Branagh does a lot of period pieces. That was the right director. That was the right
Yeah.
call.
And
like other
also
than 4, he does a lot of period dramas.
Also, too, they got the casting choices right for Cinderella. I mean, Lily James as Cinderella was perfect.
That was a breakthrough. Wasn't
It-
that?
it- yeah.
Downton Abbey. I forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett, she's
Oh,
Kate Blanchett is always just fun, but also
she's
just watching her
fantastic in it.
playing like a villain of sorts is just great. But yeah, so that is my ranking for now of the Silver Age. I feel like yet again
It's gonna change.
with the Silver Age, it's never going to be fully definitive for me because they are so good. And they're just like a lot of them are just very similar in quality. So it's
yeah.
like it's
But it's very
really
consistent.
hard. It's just like which one do you kind of like a little bit more than the other ones?
Which the Dark Age? Oh my God, it's gonna be tough for you. I know. for
I'm
fucking certain.
actually like the
Like,
last
the
time
second
I
half of
watched
the Dark
this,
Age,
there's
aside
quite a
from-
few in there that I enjoy.
Like
but-
I get it, like I have Robin Hood. That's pretty damn good. I actually
The
I like the
Aristocats.
Rescuers,
I watched mainly the.
but I watched
sequel.
that as a kid a lot.
But I also defend Grey Mouse Detective. I think that's fucking fantastic. And Oliver and Company, well dated. I fucking have such a
I
blast
can't-
watching that.
I mean,
Fox and the Hound.
That's a very good film too.
Fox
And
and the Hound.
By the way,
What?
who's here?
Oh,
What?
okay.
Who the hell-
Wait a
Why
minute.
are you
Cheated!
Spotlight.
What are you doing?
Finally,
Shan?
it's a Che. What's eating Gilbert Grape? Well, I say, what the hell's going on? What's eating Gilbert Grape? Well, what's eating Jordy Scow? I say,
I love
a
that
big,
he's got
big
a
piece of sausage in his
smoked
monkey
out.
ass.
I could have drowned it.
So, as a member of the board, I could come in when I want. Jordy, you shut your whore mouth. Anyway,
So,
as a member of the board, I could come in here. Fuck that. Fuck you, Jordan. I can come in here. I could do what I want. I could say what I want. Oh, it's wait. I forget. We're on David's channel. Fucking cunts. Anyway, I'm in here.
Texas.
Yeah, I'm doing.
do
No.
you wanna talk
Dwayne Johnson
about?
is doing the Che. He is doing that because I'm the most electrifying man here in all of YouTube.
Oh my God.
But as a member of the board, I am here to say, Jordan, be gone, because that's how I do it. If you smell what the Che is.
we put them back. We put everybody back.
Yeah, if you smell what the
That wasn't me this time.
I know
Yeah,
I've removed
right.
myself. See, you just love me. You wanted me back on. I was trying to leave, you fucking schmuck. Anyway, enjoy your show.
Oh
Okay.
my
Oh
God.
All right, let's fix the layout.
I got it.
What
See you later,
Good.
Jaded.
I'm good, and you will be seeing him once again on episode 100.
Yep. And it's gonna be
Wow.
glorious.
Alright.
So, anything else you want to
Nope,
add?
that's it.
Okay, I better move this back to where you were before. So I guess I'll go next because I have quite a few things to talk about. First of all, let's get with the thing that I've hinted about over the past week. Just over a week and a half ago, on day one of this particular sale, I bit the bullet. I now have some Criterions in my collection as part of the Barnes and Noble Criterion sale that's going on right now.
Yay.
And this has been a long time coming. Even like physical media lovers like William and Jared, they have Criterions, and I didn't for the longest time. I had Kinos, I had Arrows, I have Shout Factory, but I didn't have Criterion.
I'll be
So,
getting my first.
Hey,
Kinos
welcome
soon.
to Jared and I's Criterion boat.
Hey, and I'll be getting my first Kinos soon. So.
Ooh.
So I chose out 3 4Ks. They're all 4Ks. And I might go back for seconds before the sale's over because it's lasting a full month. But this is what I have for now. So I'm going to show you them actually in spine order because everybody likes to go by the spine numbers on Criterion on YouTube.
Yeah.
So first one I have right here is a movie that I watched recently for a certain, let's just say I have a project that I've been doing that everybody kind of, all right, I'm already kind of overshadowing it. Spy 920. This was the first one I started the Kirsten binge with. This is the Virgin Suicide.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right.
They say it's from 1999, but it's actually not. It came out in the United States in the theater in May of 2000. It just got premiered at Cannes in May 99. So technically it's a 2000 film. I don't give a shit about what. It's not from 99. It's from 2000. I don't give a shit about anybody else. Anyway, you would think me owning this would be like, oh, I thought you didn't like Sofia Coppola. Listen, I don't like Lost in Translation very much. In fact, I think that movie's boring as shit. It's more so about mood than character or story. It's just, to me, it doesn't work as a movie. Bill Murray, bless him, he tried. The best thing about it is ScarJo's ass at the beginning of the movie. That's the best thing about it. But this movie, though, well, obviously I'm going to get more into it during the Kirsten binge ranking at the end of all of this. I think this is actually a pretty solid movie. And actually, I like how Criterion spines are kind of uniform, like the Criterion thing and spine number. But the thing I don't like about Criterion is that there's nothing really on the back. They always have this bland ass back. No pictures from the movie, and they call special features supplements, which I think is a little pretentious. There's a lot of features on this, though. A lot of fucking features on this.
That's one thing that I do love about Criterion.
And then you pop it open, you pop that sucker open, you get the artwork, you get a booklet, and you get the discs. And the discs have artwork. And always with Criterion, if you don't know, if you're new to, if you don't know about Criterion, they always come with these booklets that have all these like essays and things like that. And oh crap, this is already a mess. I don't know which ones is which. I hope I'm not messing up this damn booklet now. It might go in like that. Yeah, okay. And when they tell you about the transfer, special thanks, and things like that. But let's see. The essays though, they're a little bit
Órale, vato locos. Oh wait, different essay.
The essay is a little bit pretentious because people think, oh, I think it's incredibly pretentious. Actually, I'm not ever gonna read this, but it's so pretentious. Like people think, oh, this is an art house movie. I'm just like, no, This movie makes fucking sense. This is pretty mainstream. What the hell are you talking about? Oh no, it's ambiguous. The novel is, but not the movie. Not really the movie. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, guys? I hate how like Letterboxd. I love Letterboxd. Same time the users on there and like things like Criterion essays, they overthink a movie. Sometimes you're overthinking it, guys. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Don't overthink it. But I have it for the movie.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's simple enough for you for 7, 8, 9.
Okay. So this thing is it's a great addition. I wish I could talk more about the movie, but I'm gonna save that for the ranking. But other than that, it's a nice addition. This is the only one I have with like an actual case because the rest of these two are box sets, technically speaking. So
yeah, I have 3 Criterion box sets. It's I got Mulholland Drive. I have
fuck me, fuck David Lynch.
Thelma
pretentious.
and Louise, and also Firewalk with Me. I got for my birthday.
Okay, so 3 I have the original Godzilla from the 50s, Night of the Living Dead.
In fact, let me do a little bit of fucking poetic
12
to
Angry Men.
show you how pretentious this fucking article is. Let me read this to you. Those
are my 3.
Unquote, some of the passage from the first essay that I think is incredibly pretentious. It's like fucking smart Alex shit. Here we go. Here it is. In quote. In the final moments of Sofia Coppola's 2003 movie Lost in Translation, the quixotic romantic connection between Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray culminates on a crowded Tokyo street, now with a kiss, although there is one of those, but with a whisper. Leaning close, Bob says something in Charlotte's ear. Something, but we don't know what. Coppola, who also wrote the screenplay, leaves it up to us, permitting to project our own fantasies onto those mumbled words. The private, unknown, ungraspable quality of the final exchange after we've been privy to such intimacy between the two characters gives the closing more greater poignancy. It's a bittersweet reminder of something has ended. If you consider that moment in light of Coppola's luminous directorial debut, The Virgin Suicides, an adaptation of Jeffrey Ingenides' celebrated 1993 novel, its significance deepens. In the hazy, dreamly, poisonous world of The Virgin Suicides, language is limiting, even more imprisoning, while greater, more profound truths lie beyond narration in the visual and the experiential, the imaginative. Did that make any sense to you guys? I don't think that made any goddamn sense.
I feel like I would have to
translation in the damn essay.
I feel like I would have to dissect it and then make my own.
Okay, Jared, my last brain cell just got fried.
Victor, you hardly make any sense at all.
I'm sorry. That's exactly what I read off that fucking booklet. This is why I don't read Criterion essays. I just watch the movie. I look at the artwork. That made me feel lost in translation. Oh, you feel lost in translation. You feel lost. Get it? You feel lost? This movie makes more sense if people would grab her. Oh, it's ambiguous. No, it's not. It's very clear what's going on. Sure, it's not said, but it's certainly shown. Like, guys, calm down. That's all I'm saying. Calm down. I'll talk about this more in the ranking, but since I own it, I can tell you that I liked it, because why else would I own it other than Kirsten? Okay, now the 2 box sets that I have right here. The first one is a classic. It's a classic movie that I don't know if everybody's seen this movie, but this is like a classic that everybody knows. It's shown on TV all the damn time. It's compared to another movie. It's often compared to another movie, but I prefer this one better. This is 1993's. This is by 1105. Menace to Society from 1993. This movie.
I want that because I haven't seen it.
Listen, this movie's often compared to Boys in the Hood. Don't get me wrong. Boys in the Hood is a great movie. There is no doubt about that. I can't take anything away from John Singleton's work on that movie because it's so great. But this is better. The Hughes brothers. This is their directorial debut. They did the Book of Eli, which we just reviewed.
Yeah, and that ending.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey,
It is
it's Cypress.
gritty. It's a hood movie, one of the best
Hey,
hood
Tom.
movies. It's one of the best hood movies of all time, if not the best hood movie of all time. This movie is
It's up
absolutely
there.
unbelievable. This movie is unbelievable, and just like you have like so many great actors in this movie. Samuel L. Jackson has a cameo appearance in this movie, and he's great. Charles S. Dutton, Jada Pinkett Smith before she went insane. It's just so fucking good. The Hughes brothers, they are so good at what they do. I'm surprised they haven't made enough
Eli
more
was
movies.
great. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Book of Eli is really good, but Dead Society
Fair.
might be their best. I haven't seen Dead Presidents. That's not fair. I haven't seen Dead Presidents, but I really want to see Dead Presidents, which is their movie they followed this up with. But this is so good. Look at the special features on this. They have not one but two audio commentaries with the Hughes brothers. They have a documentary, which I've seen on YouTube, about the making of. They even included because before they directed this movie, the Hughes brothers directed music videos, and they actually included a music video for Tupac's "Brenda's Got a Baby," which they directed the video and they put it on the discs.
Wow.
And they put deleted scenes, filmed the storyboard comparisons, essays, which is probably less pretentious because Menace Society is pretty fucking mainstream. At least I hope they didn't do anything pretentious with it, but it's like so good. And look at the packaging. I have a love-hate relationship with this packaging. I like how, if I could pull it out right, it goes out like this.
Oh.
And it's really, really nice. You open it up, booklet, and then you have the 2 discs. But what I hate is these damn button thingies here. Because because I have no problem taking them out, but when I'm trying to put the disc back in, it is sometimes incredibly hard to put it back in. I had a bit of a struggle. It took me a minute to actually put it back properly. I don't understand why this damn packaging is like that, but I like the style of the packaging. But just like, come on, you have to be more, I don't know what you would call it, like durable, I guess would be the word. Better done, because Virgin Suicide is just a regular case. It's the only one I have with the regular case. But this one's a box set. The other one's a box set. But if you haven't seen Menace to Society, you have to. Frankly, you have to.
It's a requirement too.
It's a requirement. I think
it's like one of those films that you have to watch once in your life.
It is so great. And also the 4K. I only looked at the opening scene in the 4K. Looks phenomenal. Looks absolutely phenomenal.
I imagine.
Just brilliant. I maybe we should do this for the show. I don't know, because it's so great. It's such required.
That could be a good
I
one.
really want to watch it. So.
Oh.
And the last one.
You're gonna love it.
Is a movie that those two I've seen, Virgin Suicides and Man Society. This one I have not. This is a blind buy.
Okay.
This came out last year from Criterion. I don't know what. I think sometime late last year, and I think it's been hinted at before. That's because it's Thelma and Louise.
Yes!
I'm so happy with that pickup. One of the best Ridley Scott movies.
Listen, I've never seen this movie.
Oh, you're going to love Thelma and Louise.
I did not know what I was really going to get into, but I fucking loved every
I heard
I do too, Jared.
Ridley Scott at the top of his form. Top of his game. It's just Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis pretty much almost like this is what they're known for. This is really Gina Davis. This is what she's known for. Other than the fucking mom from Stuart Little, this is the movie she's best known for.
Yeah,
Susan
I'm gonna say it right now.
Other movies, but
it's in my top 5 Ridley Scott films.
And you also got, of course, Brad Pitt in the movie that this is the role that made him a star. This is the role that made him a star. Ridley Scott directed it, and there's so many features on this to the point where I believe there's 2 Blu-ray discs, one for the movie, one for the special features. That's how much they put in there.
I really hate that. Like, I get all these movies and stuff that have like all these special features, and then it's like I watch them and it's like, I don't go back and watch. Like, I always talk about how like I want to go back and listen to that commentary, and then I never do, and I need to.
But like, look at this. I love the artwork right here. When you take it out, this is what it looks like, and then open it up. The booklet is chunky. Look at
Wh-
it is chunky. And
When
even
I
like
saw that at Best Buy, of all places, I knew I had to get it.
Best
and
Buy.
then it has, other than that, it has the same fucking stupid ass packaging where the fucking buttons are harder. This one I had a little bit easier time putting back in the Menace to Society, but it has the 4Ks on the left side. This one right here with the Criterion logo, and then the 2 Blu-ray discs are right here. And then the booklet, I like the front of it because it's literally just the first page of the script. It's literally just the first page of the script. Because I watched like the first couple of minutes just to check what the picture quality was like, and this is exactly how it's shown in the movie, almost exactly. And the picture quality, from what I've seen, it's very filmic. It's, has a lot of grain, but there's a lot of detail there, and it looks really, really, really good so far. I've only seen the first couple of minutes. I really would like to watch the rest of it because, again, people, judging by how Jared and William are reacting,
Oh, you
it's
should.
just
Yes.
brilliant. It's
You
just like,
should.
it's apparently known as one of the best female-led movies of all time. It's like deals with feminism better than a lot of movies today.
Hey, Elizabeth Banks, take notes.
It's just, I heard, just brilliant. The only part I know is the ending because it's fucking famous. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that ending, but
Yeah.
it's just, I just can't wait to watch the whole thing. Before it leads up to that ending, I'm like, why did they have to jump off that damn cliff and pretty much die? But I can't wait to watch this. This is the reason why I bought it, because I knew that for some reason I was gonna love it. Because I'm more of a Tony Scott person than a Ridley Scott person. But if people are telling me, other than like Gladiator, but this is his best movie, and Alien, this is one of his best, yeah, I gotta pick that up.
Let's see,
Mhm.
'cause I always have like a love-hate relationship with Ridley Scott because I'm like, he can make like some of my favorite movies, or he can make the most boring.
And people are
movies.
gonna tell me like, oh, what about Blade Runner? Overrated as fuck.
Um,
Sorry.
He
yeah,
in fact, I said something to my best friend about it was like, oh yeah, I need to watch the trailer for Gladiator 2, and then he sent me a message and he said Ridley Scott, and then he put the sleep emoji.
But yeah, I heard that's fantastic. I hope to watch it in the next maybe week or two. Maybe I'll check in and say what I think about it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like at least a 4.5 at the very least, at the very fucking least. But like, I'm glad I bought it because the extras on that are fucking it. There's a second disc for special features alone. Like, come on, man. I probably have to look at all that. It would probably take me hours on end to look at all that. But anyway, that's my first thing I want to talk about. Here's the second thing. Actually, I have two movies that I could talk about that I watched recently that are new releases. One I watched today. The other I watched last Friday, I think.
I think I know what it is.
No. Last Wednesday, I think I saw it. Okay.
And I'll join you with one of them.
I can talk about either the Watchers, or
I mean, it's your call.
I could talk about the Apple original movie, Fancy Dance, which is, you never even heard of that movie. Like, people never even heard of. That's the movie that stars Lily Gladstone from.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until I saw your Letterboxd.
But it's an Apple movie. Maybe I can talk about both, but at first I want to talk about The Watchers first. Because that's the bigger release.
I'm joining along with you. That's one of my topics too, mate.
You saw it.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I'll start by saying that The Watchers is the directorial debut of Ishana Night Shyamalan, who of course is one of M. Night Shyamalan's daughters.
And she was also the second unit director of a few M. Night films under his belt. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think she did second unit on Old. I'm not sure about Knock at the Cabin, but Old is a piece of shit.
Old damn movie.
But this is her directorial debut. It's based on a novel by A.M. Shine, I believe is his name. And it centers around this woman played by Dakota Fanning. She lives in Ireland. She's American, but she lives in Ireland. She works at a pet shop with this parrot, this very silly parrot that's in the movie. She has a traumatic past, and she has to deliver the parrot to a zoo in Belfast. Her car breaks down in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Her car, it just doesn't want to start, so she just walks around asking for help. And then what happens is that this old woman named Madeline tells her to go inside this building. Like, it's almost like I don't know how you would call this building.
It's like one of those like rectangular like houses that's like right in the middle of nowhere, and people don't know why it was there.
Coop, and there's 2 other people that are living there, and apparently there are monsters, creatures known as the Watchers, who observe the group every night, almost like if they're watching television. And they have to survive that, and they have to survive in the wilderness, not get killed. That's pretty much, it's kind of what it is about, right? There's more to it, but I mean,
once you get to like the thick of the plot, it's almost like, what is the actual fear of the unknown? Of like, what is
the Watchers? What are the Watchers? That's what it is.
Like,
and
why are
who watches the Watchers?
Why are there?
Why are they there? And also, no, Giles is not the Watcher in this movie. Sorry, Giles is not in this movie. Although it would have been better if Giles was in the movie, wasn't he? For Buffy,
he probably would have made the movie better.
I was rooting for her.
I was too.
I was rooting for her when the movie was announced, and it was like the trailers. I didn't really watch any of the trailers. I was like, okay, it's a Shyamalan movie. I'm not gonna watch the trailer for this because I watched the trailer for Trap, so I'm a bit hypocritical. But once the movie got bad reviews, it got extremely poor reviews, and once I was like, oh no, she's gonna fall into like her father's footsteps, literally.
The fear that I had with that has really grown me. And I was like, you know what? I might as well give it a shot because I'm a team player like that.
Yeah, I felt like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna watch it. I have nothing better to. I had nothing better to do that day. In fact, this past week I've been watching a lot of movies.
Oh,
a lot. If you track it with my Letterboxd,
that's cool.
I literally watched 4 movies on the 4th of July. 3 of them 4th of July related. I watched Independence Day, like I always do. I watched Jaws. I watched I Know What You Did That Summer. I Know What You Did That Summer. Oh my god, rewatching that for a couple of years ago. Side note, watching that again for a couple of years. My god, that movie is so fucking good, man. That movie is so fucking good. But back to the Watchers. I watched it on my computer. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give it an honest. I'm gonna give it an honest, give it a chance. Like, don't automatically write it off. Just give it a chance.
I mean, I was looking forward to it too, and then.
What? Okay, I don't know how you feel about the movie, but I'm gonna explain my thoughts on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I will say this: Dakota Fanning, she's probably the best performance in the movie. I think she's really good.
I would honestly, she would be a runner-up. I would give it to Madeline because she is has the strongest.
That leads me to my other point.
Into that,
the rest of the acting is horrible,
dude.
That includes Madeline.
Dude, I'm telling you, she was absolutely trying with what she was given.
I feel like Dakota Fanning was the only one trying.
She was giving shit to work with.
Oh my god! You got the chick from Barbarian, was one of the most overrated fucking movies I've ever seen. Shut up!
Be quiet!
Shut up!
Quiet!
She's terrible in that. She's terrible in this too.
No.
She was terrible in this though. She was terrible.
Oh my gosh, her performance was so wooden. It's not even funny.
I'm doing it British.
It's okay, William. I like the Barbarian movie.
Thank you, Jared.
No, you be quiet too, Jared. I thought you were on my side.
I'm on everyone's side. I love picking sides, and I pick all of them.
But yeah, she's not great. But also these characters, the rest of these characters, except for Mina, Dakota Fanning's character, she's given enough character to work with. Okay, I can see what they're going with. The rest of these 3, they have no character development whatsoever. None of them.
It's non-existent too.
Not. They're just they just have one quirk about them, and that's it.
Yeah, and also these characters too can make some of the dumb decisions. There's this one.
I forgot to mention the worst character in this fucking movie.
Is it
motherfucker?
Is it Daniel?
This motherfucker I hate with a fucking burning passion.
I wanted that character to die.
He's the worst actor. He's one of the worst performances I've ever seen this year.
Oh,
this is one of the worst.
He's up there.
The guy at the beginning who gets killed, he acted better than that motherfucker. He
Oh
should
my
have been on that
God.
fucking bunker. He should have been there.
Okay, back to that character. For some reason, I don't know why, that scene made me laugh because the guy was like climbing up the tree, and all he got
kind of creepy. I thought it was effective. I thought it
was
was okay.
Crow, and then the way he plot is, I'm like, what the fuck?
I thought it was okay. Opening scene was all right. You're getting that little bit of atmosphere and things like that. But Daniel.
Oh, Daniel is
Listen,
like.
I don't know if this kid is supposed
the
to
worst
have
character in the movie.
autism because it seems like he has a fucking mental something because he's just eccentric and at one point he's acting like a fucking talk show host and it's like one of the most irritating scenes I've ever seen. Like he's trying to be like he's less funny than Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Fallon's already not funny.
Oh my God.
At least on the Tonight Show. I guess on Saturday Night Live, I guess he was funny, but you know, that's a long story. But and he makes the worst fucking character
Dude,
of everybody.
Those decisions are like so dumb. It's not even
like, are you
funny.
a fucking retard?
He probably went full retard.
Oh, that reminds me.
Why do you talk like such a retard?
He does kind of talk like that actually in the movie. This Daniel is just the fucking worst.
Oh my God.
Like I said, Dakota Fanning is the best character in the movie, and Daniel's obnoxious, monotonous. What's her face from Barbarian? She has all we know about her is that her husband is out there out in the wilderness or whatever. The professor Madeline, she's just a professor, and it's just non-existent in terms of character development.
Yeah, like.
But
yeah.
I have the direction overall, despite the acting, I think is actually not bad. The directing overall, it's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, you could tell what she was actually going for in terms of like the themes and how like the fear of the unknown is presented, but the rest of it was just fell flat.
I feel like another thing too in terms of the directing, another thing that was bad about it, the lighting or lack thereof.
Yeah, like it feels
very
too
bad
weak.
lighting.
Too dark.
It's too dark, like Exorcist Believer levels of dark.
Oh yeah, but well, here's the thing: this movie is nowhere near as bad as The Exorcist Believer, where it was because all that movie was too dark. You couldn't even tell what the fuck is going on.
Okay, so the script for the first 73 minutes, exactly 73 minutes could be better, but it could have been worse. It could have been worse.
What?
Actually surviving. But listen, you think there's a certain stoppage point in the movie with 70. I'm gonna ruin the movie now. If you indulge me for a couple of moments.
I'm holding it in hand.
They escape. We find out what some of what the Watchers are, and they escape 73 minutes into the movie. They leave the forest and they survive. They're alive. They survive a 73 minutes movie. And if the movie ended with them on the bus and telling Mina telling that person to turn it up and it just walks off with the bus going off in the distance, I would have said this is a lot better movie than people give it credit for. I mean, if it was just that and it ended like that, the movie would have been like what? A 3-star movie? Not bad, not terrible. But for an inexplicable reason, the movie keeps going. And this is where it falls apart. After they escape, it just completely falls apart in the end.
You know why everything fell apart after that? It was exposition up the ass. I thought.
No, not only that, it's boring because they already survived.
It was.
They already survived. What's the hell of their point?
Like there's no point on how to end it after.
Okay, that leads me to a twist in the middle of the movie, right before they escape, about what the Watchers are. Folks, didn't we learn from Darkness Falls? Didn't we learn from Don't Be Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, you know what? I was about to mention, they make the monsters from the Don't Be Afraid of the Dark remake look good. By comparison,
they're goddamn fairies.
Especially when you see them up close,
oh.
it looked awful.
I mean, they're fairies, and fairies are not fucking scary. Whether you like it or not, they're not fucking scary.
They look like
Darkness Falls was like the Tooth Fairy, and that shit was like the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen.
They look like they came out of an underdeveloped PS3 game.
Listen, they look like Titans from Attack on Titan. That's what they look like.
Well, the Titans from Attack on Titan look better.
They look bad, and like the part of their thing is that they clone the people that they're stuck with, like
to mimic their physical appearance.
And they mimic their appearance, and it's just like, I don't know if this works for me. And it's just like, oh, why are we making fairies the main bad guys in the movie? That's the least of that movie's problems. If they ended at 73 minutes, I would have been okay with it. But another thing, this movie, even in the first half, is exposition up the ass.
Oh yeah.
And they are in this bunk. I don't know if you call it no. They're in this house, and all they have is each other, and they have this TV in the background that they have this one DVD, and oh my god,
shoot me.
What they have there is a TV show, a season of a TV show that's pretty much a ripoff of Love Island. It's the exact same thing. As you know, from a couple of weeks ago, I cannot stand Love Island. I've already expressed it. But they made a parody of Love Island. Mina is watching it in the movie. It's just why?
I love it how this segment in particular was like padding.
It is just padding out. There's a shot while she's watching. There's a shot in the movie where they got back to the house, and it goes for a slow as fuck 360-degree angle. That the definition of padding out the runtime.
Oh, yep.
And the Love Island shit, I'm just like, fuck this shit. And it's just about as cringe as Love Island too. You got eliminated. I'm like, oh no, they didn't get a couple. I'm just like, fuck, stop reminding me of shit that my sisters watch, please. God damn, they're probably watching it right now. Fuck. This shit is just so bad. It is like that part. Why did they need that? That was pointless. Then also there's a scene when the Watchers actually try to break into the damn house, right? So they see something on the ground of this floor, of this carpet, and they take it out. I'm like, what is that? What is that? What is that? And you put it out. What is it? The hatch. Yes.
Does that remind you of anything?
Does that remind you of something? How about this? When they open this hatch, they go down and you see an underground bunker. Oh, does this sound familiar?
I'm surprised they did not rip off like the numbers that they, Hurley has on that lottery card.
It wasn't even there.
I'm surprised.
Good Lord.
Otherwise, all the crew from Lost would just sue them.
Oh my God. I'm surprised Lindelof and Hughes didn't sue him, or Abrams sued them.
They would.
Copyright infringement.
They would.
Like, my God, that's blatant. Like, even I saw a Letterboxd review saying, oh, this reminded me of Lost. And I like that review because, that person was a Lost fan or was a Lost viewer. I'm like, okay, somebody else thinks I'm thinking the same thing. And there's this old guy, and he worked with the Watchers before, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to after the 75-minute point. And it just, all it is Mina investigating all the stuff. Like, he's trying to, burn everything about the Watchers because the old man told, I think they were like, let's burn all this stuff. Let's destroy all this stuff so nobody knows about the Watchers, right? It just goes on forever, just investigating about what this is. And then there's a scene in the chick from Barbarian's home. Mina is going over there. And what happens is that that wasn't even really her. She got cloned because she's literally like the actual person is locking the door, opening the door, and she got in and she got duplicated. And it's revealed at that point that Madeline, the scientist, professor, whatever the fuck, she's one of those fucking fairies. It's not even a twist. It's more like a plot device. It didn't even feel like a twist. I'm like, what? What is this?
Like, even to when I was watching it online, I even thought to myself, what was the point of that twist? That literally felt unearned by the end.
People say it's kind of like people like I don't know, like people who try to defend it say they claim it's a commentary about being biracial. I don't really get that. It's because she's a fairy and a human. She's half human, half fairy. Because also I knew exactly what was gonna happen because they actually explain it in the movie while she's investigating that there's these people who are half human, half fairy, and people. I thought somebody by the end of this movie is gonna be one of them. I thought it was gonna be Mina, not Madeline. So I got that part wrong, but I knew something like that was gonna happen. So I kind of predicted this would happen, and it's just like predictable. And like, oh no, you're half human, you can control yourself. This climax. They should not even be Dakota Fanning. If she were strong enough, would have killed her. But you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of It Chapter 2. Why? He's like, oh, you know, you don't have to kill. You don't have to do it. You could just be half human and go around being different people. I'm just like, this reminds me of It Chapter 2 because it's all about believing, believe. It's exactly the same thing. Almost exactly the same thing as It Chapter 2. I'm just like,
have we not fucking learned from that aspect from It Chapter 2?
And then and afterwards she just fucks off. She just flies off into the goddamn distance.
Like nothing.
And also, Mina's twin sister, who's also played by Dakota Fanning, obviously twin sister. Why couldn't you get Elle Fanning? That would have been cool to see Elle Fanning and Dakota be on screen for the first time in God knows how long. I don't know when was the last time they were on screen together.
Yeah, I don't remember
Totoro?
either.
The dub of My Neighbor Totoro? I don't know. But, you know, that would have been cool, but they didn't bother to do that. But, like, Mina's character growth, I actually think is actually not bad. Like, her trauma, it is a good job. I think it's pretty well done, I think. Like, you know, the accident she had and her twin sister and her mother and why she feels the way she feels and her grief about her mother. Actually, I'd say that part's pretty well done, actually. And the one of the best parts, the score. The score
is not too bad.
The score is really good. The score is actually really fucking good. I actually really enjoyed that score. It is better than most of the movie. It's really, really good. And other things I want to talk about. Let me see if I can figure anything out that I'm not. Oh yeah, the performances other than Dakota Fanning are all monotonous. They're all monotone.
Yeah.
They're saying, and then whenever they say the rules, they're saying at the same time in the most monotonous fashion. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You are not fucking alien zombie things. Shut up. You're not acting like real fucking human beings. And Ishana does a good job directing, other than the acting and the bad lighting, but she needs to work on a better script. I feel like maybe writing is not her strong suit, just like her father. Maybe if she cracked at another script and just directed it, maybe she would get better. I'm still rooting for her. I'm still rooting for her. This is only her first movie. I'm not going to write her off. I'm not. She deserves a second chance. Because this movie, I didn't hate it as much as other people did, because there's good aspects of the movie. But there's also bad aspects too. So I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5.
This movie feels like as if, you know, the director has such like a unique vision that she was aiming to establish, but execution-wise, like you said, Victor, I think she really needs to work on the writing too. And if this
That's the main thing she has to take away from this and work on. That's the main thing.
Like if this is like her directorial debut, I do applaud the effort that she gave, but for the next film, yeah, you're gonna have to like work on the things that I had flaws with.
And also, I feel like people are saying, "Oh, M. Night, you know, even though he was a producer, he didn't have much like control over it."
M. Night,
I have a strong feeling that's actually not the case. I feel like M. Night had a lot of creative control for some reason. I don't know why, because some of the dialogue is very M. Night. Ishana doesn't really have her style of writing down yet. Granted, it's only her first movie, but you know, I could see M. Night being tinkering in there a little bit.
Yeah, like you said, there were some aspects that I actually do enjoy, but unfortunately, the negative kind of outweighs the positive. And I felt like at the end, felt very unsatisfied, especially with, like you said, the twist that felt pointless. And this just did not do a thing for me. and I was left disappointed, even though I was really anticipating too. But yeah, this gets a 1.5 for me, and this is.
I'm actually being more. See, Jordy, I'm not always extremely negative about movies. I got him a higher score than he did.
Yeah, but left me disappointed, which means it gets this sound.
But the best the best part about this movie, I don't know if William can agree with this or not. They brought back the New Line logo. They brought back the New Line Cinema logo with the music, and it's like the exact same animation from the the logo we all know and love. They just redid it slightly, and it has the same music and everything. That's the best part of the movie because New Line fucking back, baby. They put the damn music, they put the logo. I'm just like, yes, that's my New Line. That's my New Line. None of this Warner shit. That's my New Line.
Yes, Jose. It was also a box office bomb too.
Yes, it was a bomb. $30 million budget,
yeah.
$62 million. Yeah, it's a big bomb.
Yeah,
but
disappointed.
I think you can agree that the New Line logo was the best. The new Line logo that's pretty much mimicking the old one is the best part about this fucking movie.
But yeah, most disappointing film of the year so far. I just hope
it's not great, but I've seen far worse in my life. I've seen far worse. I feel like I'm rooting for her. I'm hoping her next film is great, and I'm hoping M. Night doesn't fuck up with Trap, whatever.
Trap.
I hope.
I'm really excited for Trap too.
Because I don't want Knock at the Cabin to be a fluke. I really don't. Because Knock at the Cabin I fucking really liked. I hope Knock at the Cabin is not a fluke. And especially with Josh Hartnett there, I'm just like, I'm rooting for Josh Hartnett to come back so bad. So I hope it's good. Please do not fuck up M. Night. For the love of God, don't.
And that's my topic.
So for me, I'll talk about quickly Fancy Dance, the new movie with Lily Gladstone. And it's an Apple movie. Probably none of you before this episode came on the air, I would never even heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Me neither.
Plays essentially a former drug dealer. Her sister has disappeared, and she's taking care of her niece as a result. The niece, early on in the movie, gets taken away by Child Protective Services. And the thing is about her character, Lily Gladstone's character, is that she's half Native American, half white. Her father is white, and her father takes in the niece, and his new wife. And what happens is that she's trying to find her missing sister. Her missing sister, she's grief-stricken about her sister because she's been disappeared for about 2 weeks at the beginning of the movie. And what happens is that she takes the niece, and she claims that they're going to go to a powwow, the Native American custom, to celebrate their culture, right? That full party thing, but celebration. And what really is going on is that she kind of kidnaps her in some ways, and they to try and find the missing sister. And the best thing about it, like, it's a really good movie, but Lily Gladstone's performance is the reason why you should watch it. Because Killers of the Flower Moon, I feel like she was phenomenal. In fact, I think even though Emma Stone was good in Poor Things, I think she should have taken the Oscar from her. I really think so. I still think so to this day. And this movie is very similar in terms of her performance. It's very subdued, but still emotional. She is just one of those actresses now. I think she just knows how to pick her roles. She knows how to pick her roles. She is so good in the movie. The niece is really good as well. You have Shea Whigham in this movie. Shea Whigham is one of those character actors who's in fucking everything. Everything. Like, he was on Boardwalk Empire, I believe he was. And a bunch of other things. He was in Joker. He was in Dead Reckoning Part 1. He was in Kong Skull Island. He was in a lot of the Fast and Furious movies. He's been in a lot. And, he's been doing a lot. And he's really good, even though the character is not per se. There's an edginess to that character, because at the same time, at first you kind of sympathize with him, at the same time you don't. But like, it's a very emotional type of journey. It's not real. I mean, it is plot driven because we're trying to find the sister, but it's like very deliberately paced the first 30 minutes. It takes a little bit to get going, but once it does, it's a pretty tense movie at some points in the movie. Pretty tense, even though it's mostly a drama. And then the ending is incredibly powerful. It is really, really good. It is a very strong finish to a really good movie. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It's available now, I think, on Apple TV Plus, and I suggest you watch it if you have Apple, which most people probably don't because Apple's just weird.
It's like of the streaming service.
Yes, because they have jack shit pretty much. But I think it's really good. I watch it for Lily Gladstone's performance. It's one of those independent kind of movies that really worked for me. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again because it's like so bleak and slow at times, and it's not something I don't think I'm ever gonna watch again. But it's a good one-time watch. It's good. 4 stars. That's it. I'm done with my topic now. William. Wait, you already did your topic, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, Jordy.
God, I was waiting forever for you guys to get done.
Sorry.
Anyway, I've got a top 10 list and a review for Batman, Bad Blood. So I'll go with the list first.
At least I hope Taylor Swift doesn't play in that Batman movie. I hope to God no.
I don't know if she did or not because I wasn't paying attention. But
that's a joke. That's a joke.
Anyway, this is the top 10 most voted liked episodes of Raw from CageMatch.net. Now, if you don't know what CageMatch.net is, it's basically a wrestling website where it holds a lot of information, a lot of events that have been held, and future events that are upcoming, and win-loss records, including, match results from every single promotion there is to be known. And this list is actually the top 10 most liked episodes of Monday Night Raw history, including the Attitude Era, Raw's War.
Okay.
So, coming in at number 10 is episode 1609, March 25th, 2024. CM Punk returns since injury / The Rock makes Cody Rhodes bleed, and this was
that part. Well, right before he finished the story. It's right before.
It was the 13 days before, WrestleMania, or 12 days before WrestleMania started with Saturday and then Sunday.
Yeah,
and
but
it happened in Rosemont, Illinois.
Yeah, it was just like that. Really was just like when it bleeded. It's almost felt like a lot of people compared it to the Attitude Era. Ironically enough.
Mm-hmm. William said he'll be right back. Okay. Coming at number 9 is episode 1089, April 7th, 2014, the night after WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, Louisiana. This was basically the night after where Daniel Bryan makes his first appearance as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, after making Batista tap out in the triple threat match. And earlier in that night of WrestleMania, he actually, he actually had to beat Triple H in order to be in the World Heavyweight title match. And so the night after, this was given a lot of praise, a lot of, like where Daniel Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him, kind of finished his story, but in a sense, it wasn't, it didn't end properly the way Cody's story, ended, especially when it comes to title reigns, because Bryan was only the champion for 60 days. The first 30, he was able to keep it, to have one title defense, or 2 of them if you count later in the night where the Shield turns on the Authority, where Triple H was trying to get the world title off of Bryan. But at Extreme Rules, it was a great match he had with Kane, but he re-injured his neck. Bryan did. And then all of a sudden, 30 more days later, he was unable to defend the title, especially he couldn't defend it Money in the Bank. Therefore, they relinquished it or vacated it off him. But this Raw is very memorable because it's also known for the Shield, turning on the Authority.
Mm-hmm.
Or basically Roman Reigns spearing Triple H.
Yeah.
Coming at number 8, episode 787, June 23rd, 2008, the 2008 WWE Draft in San Antonio, Texas. And it was also
I'm warning you, SpongeBob!
It was also noted for when Vince McMahon was hosting his $1 Million Money Mania, I believe.
Oh, yeah!
where he was hosting, these series of phone calls, trying to figure out like who's going to get money from wherever, like random numbers. I don't really think anybody got sent money, to be honest with you, because I think it was all work. But then again, what do I know? But what I do know is it was also known for the night where Vince McMahon had a spotlight fall next to him. Then the metal grate of the stage falls through, and then that little $1 Million Money Mania thing, that was holding on, it falls down on him, like Vince, somebody help him! No!
Jordy, hang on a second.
Play the movie. Yeah, play. No, not there. Not there.
Oh,
that's from the DVD.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
it was
from the DVD. Yeah, it's from the DVD.
I know that because we have it in the
I used to have it.
Too.
I do too.
I have the Blu-ray right now, but
coming at number 7, episode 293, January 4th, 1999. The night where Mankind, a.k.a. Mick Foley, put butts in seats in Worcester, Massachusetts, and it's the night where he became WWF champion for the very first time. Is that the one
where the fate of WCW was pretty much sealed on that night?
That was it. Because of two reasons. One,
the lost Blu-ray collection. They're all here, Danny. They're all here.
Because of two reasons. Reason number one, Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff pretty much told Tony Schiavone to reveal the result of what happened on Monday Night Raw the week prior. Because Raw was taped a week prior before this, date that they were having Nitro on the same time. And that's where, Tony Schiavone had that line, that'll put butts in seats, and then all of a sudden everybody just starts clicking it into, Monday Night Raw. And the second reason why this also sealed WCW's fate is because it was also the very thing.
It's the same day as Finger Poke of Doom?
Yep.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
and the WCW's fate was sealed that day because of Mankind winning.
Yeah, and it was also because of his popularity because of that Hell in a Cell match he had with Taker. And everybody started to love Mankind even more.
Uh-huh. And that was when, the Attitude Era was already big, but that's when it became big. Real big.
Mm-hmm. 1999 was definitely a year for WWF.
Yeah.
Now, coming at number 6 is episode 879, March 29th, 2010, the night after WrestleMania 36 / Shawn Michaels retirement special in Phoenix, Arizona.
Was this after the end of the era? Is this the same year?
No, that's 2 years later.
Okay, never mind.
Now, this is basically after Cena had won the WWE Championship from Batista.
Happy retirement, Cena, if I haven't said so already.
I think probably wouldn't say that, but... Would you shut the f*** up and let me speak? Now, this reign, I believe it was Cena's... I think this was John Cena's 8th title reign as WWE champion. I think, because, again, and also, this was also one of the many things that led Batista leaving the company because of John Cena. Mm-hmm. Because he lost to Cena, not just at WrestleMania, but Extreme Rules, and then at Over the Limit. How embarrassing is that you have to lose to the same guy 3 pay-per-views in a row? Like, come on, dude. Anyway, at number 5, episode 759, December 10th, 2007, Raw's 15th anniversary from Bridgeport, Connecticut. It's basically a reunion show of pretty much all the stars from both past, present, and future of Monday Night Raw. It was the go-home show before Armageddon 2007. The one where Chris Jericho and Randy Orton fight in the main event for the WWE title. Or it was Taker and Batista and Edge that fought for the world title in the main event. I'll have to look back on that, but still, it ended with a world title main event on that pay-per-view. It was also the reunion of Evolution, D-Generation X, rated RKO, etc. And it was also revealing who had been the most top superstar in the past 15
folks.
Raw's history. And it actually had, Vince McMahon not only getting Mr. Stocko, but he also got, choke slam by The Undertaker and then stunned by Steve Austin. And then they had a beer bash at the end of it. Coming at number 4, episode 775, March 31st, 2008, the night after WrestleMania 24, Ric Flair's retirement special in Orlando, Florida.
I'm seeing a pattern that's always the Raw after Mania so far.
That's just 3 of them. That's only 3 of them.
I was about to say, is William alive over there?
I'm just... This chair is like making me feel comfortable.
The night after WrestleMania 24, this was like, I mean,
I'm
after what had just happened 24 hours prior, pretty much one of the greatest matches in Ric Flair's career, even in WrestleMania history, was his match with Shawn Michaels, where his career was on the line. Basically, months prior before this night, Ric Flair was put in a situation by Vince McMahon where the next time he lost a match, his career would end. And it didn't matter if he lost by pinfall, submission, count out, or disqualification.
Yeah.
And plus, there was a match he wrestled on SmackDown not too long ago before. However, the stipulation of his career, of it being career threatening, would be lifted for the time being, because it was basically going to be a 3 or maybe 4-on-2 handicap match inside of a steel cage. And Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair were the only 2 that were, that were left virtually, handicapped. But still, it's something. Number 3, episode 925, February 14, 2011, the Raw Go Home show before the Elimination Chamber in Anaheim, California. Basically, it was actually, from what we've gathered, I think, if I can look back on history, let me see here on Peacock. Or Peacock.
Peacock. The Olympics are going to be soon on Peacock.
Peacock-a-doo-doo-doo.
Make a soundbite out of that.
Oh, yeah, do that right now.
Let's see. Let's go. February 14th, 2011. Ah, I see. Wait. February 14th, 2011. Okay. Ah. If this is what I think it is.
Better not be watching Love Island on me, bro. You better not be watching Love Island. I swear to God, I'm going to kill you.
Ah, it was the night where The Rock made his return. And he was going to be the host of WrestleMania 27.
Oh, WrestleMania 27.
And this was the week before. This was like 6 days before Elimination Chamber. And that's a pretty good episode too. Illumination! No.
Oh, fuck Illumination. I'm fucking tired of Despicable Me. Why do they have to make a fucking 4th one? Fucking fuckers.
Number 2, episode 313. May 24th, 1999. And this one is and this one and the other one are
Over the Top 99 was afterwards.
This one along with number 1
Sorry, it's not Over the Top, it's Over the Edge, excuse me.
Would you please let me finish?
Yes.
This one, along with number 1, are emotional episodes. And yes, this one is the night after Over the Edge 1999. It is the Owen Hart tribute show in St. Louis, Missouri. You all know the story.
Yeah, pretty much.
And not gonna lie, all the matches are pretty quick. They, like, there is no story behind these matches. They're basically paying tribute to Owen Hart. There's no storylines going forward. Everyone's giving their, saying their piece about how much they miss and loved Owen Hart. And then all of a sudden, that's when, everything, is what it is. And then next week, the following Raw, they would go back to their usual format of, the aftermath of, over the edge of, after what had just happened. Mm-hmm. It's also one of Raw's most viewed, one of many of their viewed episodes in history.
One of their most viewed.
Which is surprisingly, because you think after what happened, you think they would lose so much viewership.
That's true.
WCW.
You make a good point.
And finally, at number 1, episode 651, November 14th, 2005, the Eddie Guerrero tribute show in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arguably, the match of the night on that night would have to be Rey Mysterio versus Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, absolutely.
They put on a clinic, and it's one of many of the greatest wrestling matches in Raw history, and it deserves very good high praise. So, but that's the top 10 list. What do you guys think of it? Because I think the list is pretty decent and very good.
I mean, remember, I haven't watched Raw from the beginning. I haven't watched every episode of Raw. I'm not that kind of person. But plus, but I think out of all the things that I've noticed on the list, I think this is right. I think this list sounds about right. Like, it's pretty good. That's what I'm trying to say.
Anyway,
I mean, I agree. From like the limited amount of information and like stuff that I know from it, it sounds
right.
pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that last one.
I'll also be doing this same list on Thursday. As a as a repeat, so that way people from R&R can see, and all that. Now, for my review tonight, is going to be from the DC animated movie universe, Batman Bad Blood, which basically is where you have the Bat family, and all that stuff.
Bat family.
Funny thing is, I really do think that this film is nothing like the other, 2 Batman films that have been seen, mostly featuring Damian Wayne as a, main figure in both of the previous ones. He's kind of like one in this one, but not entirely. And on top of that, most of the stuff in the movie kind of, shows like, where is Batman, and Batman has disappeared, and all that shit.
Where are they?
Yeah, well, it's not that Batman kind of movie. So, basically, there's a lot of things in there that kind of, make sense. Some of it that doesn't, and sometimes is a little bit, very convoluted. But at the same time, I don't consider this one of the best Batman animated, movie universe films. So, but I will give it a 3.5 out of 5, just to be generous, in some cases. Just know that the next film I will be reviewing will be the Justice League versus Teen Titans. And what the hell happened?
What?
Oh. Victor!
I hate myself.
Oh my god.
What happened?
What?
What happened?
I pressed the back button by mistake.
Well, at least you didn't push the end broadcast button.
Thank God I didn't.
Anyway.
Guys, I got a 4-hour YouTube video explaining why I'm leaving YouTube coming February 29th next year. Trust me, it's for real. Clearly it's a joke because it's a fucking 4-hour video.
Anyway. Next film I'll be reviewing will be on R&R, and it will be the Justice League versus Teen Titans.
And it's not Teen Titans Go, I hope to God not.
No, it's not.
Fucking Teen Titans Go, that piece of shit. Anyway, we'll be back right after this, and we're gonna review What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which has somebody who might be even more fatter than Romy.
To get the best possible grocery prices, you could call the manufacturer directly.
What is the best price you could give me on green beans? I don't think so.
Or just let Kroger do it for you. Our computer system locks on to every possible manufacturer price reduction.
Look at the price on tomatoes. That's a great price. Let's buy it.
And those automatically become Kroger Red Tag price reductions. And that's how you save money at Kroger. Kroger Food and Drug. Easy to shop, easy to save.
So our Ranger has a 4-door extended cab and a huge trunk with a locking top.
It's a great pickup.
We need a great promotion. What about rent a Ranger for the day, be a Ranger for the day?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, little fella. Yeah.
I don't want to be a Ranger.
Let's just rent the Ranger for the price of our economy car.
I like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
Not funny. Okay.
No, it is funny. That is
No.
funny. Yes,
No.
it is very funny.
Yeah.
That is very funny.
Yeah. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. You thought that other thing was funny. This. And not that.
Okay, that.
Because it has something to do with a lighter and, acid bullets from your ants.
Yeah.
And it makes sense why that joke is funnier.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, I actually had trouble finding a TV spot for this next movie, so the ad you're about to see for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, I actually had to pull from an old Cinemax ad from 1995. Yeah,
Whoa,
Cinemax. Remember
wow.
Cinemax, the channel? Remember that?
Yes, I do.
And I had to pull from them because I couldn't find any other TV spots for it because, I don't know, this movie didn't do too well, and we'll get to that, promise. Anyway, we're going to talk about today a movie that, believe it or not, I had never seen before when I watched this. I
never watched it before until now either.
I'd watched it before, but no, I didn't. Jared did. William did.
Yeah.
Not me or not Jordy. So I guess it's going to be the kind of, my first experience with the film. So we're going to review What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And I'm actually going to tell you, maybe in this review, what's truly eating him. Because let's just put it this way. It's not a bug or vomit or the fart from that one Bud Light hat.
I'm about to drown, man.
Gilbert shares a cozy home with his rather large family, a loving mother.
Where's your head lately, Gilbert?
It's a mystery. A bratty sister and a brother who desperately needs him. He has a girlfriend. In fact, he has two.
I'm a worldly kind of girl.
So exactly what's eating Gilbert Grape? Juliette Lewis, Mary Steenburgen, and Oscar nominee Leonardo DiCaprio star with Johnny Depp in the surprise hit What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Premieres Friday at 8 p.m. on Cinemax.
Surprise hit?
That is one of the worst ads I've ever seen.
What is that? That has nothing to do with the actual movie. And it didn't feel like a fucking comedy, honestly. It really does. And it's nothing like that.
I don't know what's worse, that one or the Batman Begins one.
That reminds me of, there's a trailer for, there's this movie that Morgan and I watched called Nobody Knows. It's a Japanese film about these kids that are on their own, and then they just slowly end up in poverty and then maybe die. And the trailer is they're on the adventure of a lifetime.
Oh my God, that is awful.
Here's the thing. Before I even saw this film, I heard of it, essentially, but I never paid attention to it too much. There's this Flash animation called, Video Game Director's Cut. It's basically the, Flash, video game sprite animations where there's actually this character, this toad, as from Mario, called Arnie, and it turns out the information
it's gonna be like DiCaprio in this movie.
Yeah, and basically in the information who it is Arnie, it basically explains that the parents actually named the little toad that gets pretty much, mentally challenged because of eating too many, poisonous shrooms.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's part of the story. I didn't make it up, but apparently, is named after the character from What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
And it has, sound bites, from Arnie from, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, like,
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh,
and then
dear.
And then there's, I could have drowned it.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I might send you a link to those videos to the three of yous.
Yeah.
But it's very, it's out there. But go ahead and read off.
All right. It's a 1993 American coming of age, pretentious ass fucking term, comedy drama directed by Lasse Hallström from a screenplay by Peter Hedges based on his novel, produced by Bertil Olsen, I believe. It's spelled different, like a Swedish kind of way. David Madelon and Mir Tepper, starring Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, Juliette Lewis, Mary Steenburgen, John C. Reilly, Darlene Cates, Crispin Glover, and it was released on December 17th, 1993 by Paramount Pictures, at least in North America. Budget was $11 million, and it made only $18 million in the United States. Gilbert Grape is a small-town young man with a lot of responsibility. Chief among his concerns is his mother, who was so overweight she can't leave the house, and his mentally impaired younger brother, Arnie, who has a knack of finding trouble. Settled into a job at a grocery store and an ongoing affair of local woman Betty Carver, Gilbert finally has his life shaken up by the free-spirited Becky. 90% rated on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 73% on Metacritic, and it's a 3.8 on Letterboxd. Now, in terms of like this movie, like there is another cast member in this movie who I wasn't expecting to show up.
By the way,
we'll get to that, trust me.
Instead of in the movie, instead of shaving a haircut 2 bits, it's matching the gas tank. Boom boom.
Yeah.
So this movie is one of these. I don't want to use the term coming of age. It's a fucking pretentious ass term. I hate it. Plus the character of Gilbert Grape is already of age. He's 25 when the movie starts, so he's already of age. So it doesn't make no goddamn sense.
But the character is about to turn 18. So
no. Gilbert Grape is 25. Arnie is about to turn 18.
Yeah.
But the movie said.
Oh no. What I mean is Arnie's about to turn 18. So I guess that's the whole coming of age thing.
But this movie is essentially about people in their 20s who don't know what to do with their lives. And honestly, I can kind of relate to that. When you're in your 20s, you just feel stuck. You feel stuck as a fellow 20-something.
Yeah. Have you ever walked through a forest trail where there's a big ass boulder right ahead of you and you don't even know where you want to go in life? That's pretty much what
I mean, I'm nearing the end of my 20s and I'm finally getting my life together.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But in terms of how it deals with that kind of theme, and it also deals with, I think the main theme of the movie is change and that fear of change. That's what the main theme is. I don't know. I saw a bunch of Letterboxd reviews about it. They never explicitly, none of them really get this. I think it's really about that fear of change. That's what it really is. Not just for Gilbert, but for the entire town.
I mean, and that is something that I really relate to a lot. And okay, so I put this movie on the wheel initially because it was a movie that I really I wanted to revisit it, but it's a movie that I've constantly gone back to from time to time because I first watched this in high school when somebody was like just recommending a bunch of movies to me.
Mhm.
It was like my senior year, and this was one of them. And I loved it back then, and it stuck with me. But even more now, it's like, wow, like,
you know, my
I
experience
really relate to this film. I like get this film more than I ever have.
Yeah, my experience was different when I discovered What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Like, the first time I saw it was 2 years ago, actually, and I think I caught it on either Cinemax or like one of those premium channels whenever
Showtime,
you have
maybe.
files or something. So I ended up watching it for myself because I was mostly interested in like, because I was like kind of like a little bit of a Johnny Depp mood at one time, and this is like one of those movies too where I initially really, really loved it, but upon rewatching this today, my love for this film has like really grown like more and more.
Yes. And speaking of Depp, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I'm gonna say it though. I think this might be the best performance of his career.
I don't think it's a hot take
All your
because
Letterboxd.
I don't think it's a hot take or not because Johnny Depp has like a lot of like memorable
But
like
I'm saying this
performances
is the
in his
best
entire
role he's
career.
ever played. This is the best.
I
performance of his
saw
career.
your Letterboxd review, and I was so happy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
I mean, I kind of love Johnny Depp in this movie. I mean,
I do too.
I was thinking that
I don't
Victor
think
would either say.
I don't think anybody could have made the perfect cast for Gilbert Grape than him. I think he was perfect for the role.
I thought you would either say it was his second best role or his best role.
I think it's his best.
Wow,
because
man.
I mean, you got so many
Johnny
performances.
Depp
And then
but
let's not forget about Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm gonna get to DiCaprio, but
we'll get to that.
I'm trying to work my way up here in terms of how I feel about Depp's performance. He is, the typical stereotypes about Johnny Depp. He's in makeup. He's always playing a fucking eccentric ass character, or fucking Tim Burton's gonna put him through the ringer with some weird ass character. But no, to me, the reason why I think it's the best performance of his career, it feels human. It feels raw. It feels natural.
And you really connect with like the brother relationship and why Arnie is like
I
feeling.
showed my dad this movie like several years ago because he had grown tired of Johnny Depp because he's always playing an eccentric character in makeup. He's just Jack Sparrow at this point. And all that stuff. And then also he really likes specifically the 90s revival of Dark Shadows. So he did not like
the movie Dark Shadows.
The Tim Burton reboot. So yeah.
But what did you
I showed him this movie to show him how good Johnny Depp can be.
Yeah, he's great. He's
really, phenomenal.
Really, really great. Like literally, you care
phenomenal.
So much about this damn character. He's gone through the fucking ringer, and it's just like put it to you this way. It's like it feels natural, it feels raw, but like subdued at the same time. But it's just like, wow, it's just incredible.
Like he really gave his A game in here, and his chemistry with Arnie, like I said, feels very believable. And you want Johnny Depp's character just to really help Arnie go through like a change, possibly in the next few years.
Yeah, I think this might be not DiCaprio. I will get to DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
The Johnny Depp just like outstanding, especially the scene where he just kind of there's a scene where he's just tired of it and he just punches Artie in the fucking face, slapping him like
not just
it's in the bathroom.
And,
not just that, he punches and slaps him around.
Pain.
Yeah, you're right.
Pain there, and he regrets it immediately, and it just shows on his face alone. And then he just leaves off town and just like, it is just brilliant acting on his part. It's quiet, it's subdued, but you know what? You feel all the emotions hit right there. Now I'm gonna get to DiCaprio because he's the reason why this movie's as famous as it is. At age 19, he was nominated for his first Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. This is the movie that made him a star, arguably. And Even though
it's
I
not
love
just
Johnny Depp
that.
in this
It's not just
movie.
this movie. It also has to be this boy's life, I believe, too.
I forgot about this boy's life. I forgot about that actually.
Or how about this one? Hold on. I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
So
Hold on. I know a thing or two about thing or two. I got friends in this town, and they tell me things. What about me? What about me? What is it time for Dwight's turn for consideration? What about me?
His performance. Is he's not DiCaprio like you always know. It's just give me a minute. I'm trying to find more adjectives. I'm trying to be more descriptive in terms of what I'm trying to say here. But
you're trying to sound more smart.
Well, I'm not trying to be all pretentious. I'm not going to be like a fucking Criterion essay. I'm not like that kind of reviewer.
Hold on a second. Let me refresh my page.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
As I was saying, DiCaprio is so great.
Mm-hmm.
He's so great.
Yeah.
He's unrecognizable in this role. It's almost, to me, in terms of that role, it's almost scary how well he plays.
Okay, can you hear me?
Like, it's tough to watch at times.
We can hear you, Jordy.
Like,
I don't know what's going on. It feels like I'm like a few seconds behind him or somewhere, or he's just trying to talk over me.
But this performance is almost scary at times because of how accurate it is to mentally disabled people. It is scary how accurate it is, and it's just like he just gave it his all. He doesn't feel like some Leonardo DiCaprio pretty boy role or whatever from the mid-90s. It is just real. It is raw. There's compassion. The sense of innocence is there in Arnie, and he just pulls it off, and it's just like, wow. Like, I'm not seeing DiCaprio. I'm literally seeing Arnie in general. It's just remarkable how, and also, believe it or not, I checked it. He did pull a Jennifer Jason Leigh. He had to research for this role. He actually spent a couple of weeks with mentally ill kids.
It's so different to me because it's like, it's really hard. Like, even in my opinion, DiCaprio's best performance is in Wolf of Wall Street. But I still see, Leo DiCaprio in that role and everything.
You can.
But like here, he just kind of disappears.
Yes, it's just like the things that he does and just the emotion. He's really funny in the movie. He feels bad. There's a scene, like literally towards the end when, this is when he goes up to see his mother and tries to wake her up.
Yeah.
My God.
That has to be one of the most emotional moments in the movie.
That honestly, that also like made me tear up because you really feel his pain when he realized that the mother is not breathing anymore on his bed.
It is no more. And I'll get to the mother in just a second because I think she deserves her own recognition, to be honest with you.
She does.
DiCaprio, he just gives it his all in this role. Like, he almost steals the movie from Johnny Depp. And I'm saying that's the best performance of his fucking career. So I don't know. It really proves how brilliant
it's really hard. It's a movie filled with,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with like two
amazing performances.
Yes. I'm gonna talk about the mother now. Believe it or not, apparently the actress who plays the mother, Darlene Cates, was not an actor. They just found her and they casted her. And I think, she just like in how it's described, she's completely just overweight and just all of that stuff. But oh my God, it is such a heartbreaking performance, particularly a scene where Arnie is thrown into prison and she has to
because he kept climbing up the water tower and they had to have the fire department to get him down.
For the first time in 7 years, he gets up out of the house to go get him and bust him out of prison, out of the jail
now,
cell.
To be honest with you,
and then
I
the way
told my mom,
says it, I want my son. It's just
here's the thing. Yeah. I told my mom that I watched the movie earlier in the morning, and she actually finds the movie actually pretty good. And here's the thing, and here's a note for all of you guys to take with you, okay? As what my mom looks like now, I mean, here's the thing. You see the woman in the movie, right?
Yeah.
That could have been my mom had she not lost all that weight and got the gastric sleeve. And plus, she'd be dead too.
But like,
so keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah,
keep that in mind.
I
you know,
think
with
the performance is just.
Her performance is pretty
good.
It really
is.
It's really
it felt
great.
real too.
And then also the scene that immediately follows afterwards, where they're just looking at her because oh, she's fat, they're laughing at her about, and then that emotion, the sense in their eyes, right there. It's just, and then the scene where she goes up the stairs is also
like you really feel the struggle as she was walking so slowly upward the stairway.
Yeah. Juliette Lewis, she has, well, let me put it to you bluntly. She's the pixie manic dream girl of the movie.
100%, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that cliche that you see in fucking garbage movies like Garden State, it's
Oh,
done
wait a
better
minute,
here.
wait on. There are some times where, let's not forget about some times where Arnie is doing some things where it's not funny, but then again, he doesn't understand that what he's doing is bad. Like the part with his dad in the basement and all that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm like, oh my God.
But yeah.
Johnny, he's going up to him and then,
and, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Lewis,
I mean,
even though,
say what you will, but I think him, when he does that role, I couldn't help but love it and laugh at it at the same time.
So Juliette Lewis in this movie, again, pixie manic dream girl, but I think it's done significantly better than in other movies. Like, she's still free-spirited, blah, blah, blah. But I think there's a genuine connection still there.
Look at that.
Yeah. Give me back my son!
Oh.
Or about this one. Give me back my son!
I wonder if her and Mel Gibson were in the same universe.
He'll probably tell me an LOL in the chat.
She's really good in the movie though. I think, she's not the best performance in the movie, even though she's second billed, but like she's still really good. Like the love story is genuine, even though she's a pixie manic dream girl. I think the character growth, she definitely goes through some character growth there.
Still better than how Son of the Mask did it. Ooh.
Oh Jesus Christ! I forgot.
Do we really need to be reminded of that movie?
Garbage movie.
Pretty painful.
Yeah, she's good.
Bergen
is the housewife who has an affair with Gilbert. I'm just like, she is playing. It reminds me. What? Go ahead first.
Oh, no, I was just saying she is so fun in the movie, especially their first scene together.
It reminds me of another movie that she did about 7 years later. Life is a House. I've mentioned that movie before. She plays literally almost the exact same character, except she's fucking Ian Somerhalder, Boone himself, in the movie.
Here's the thing about her. I'm just gonna say that she never ages.
Yeah, she still looks the same. Mary Steve Burke still looks the same.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah, you're kind of right. She still looks the same.
But I mean, look at Step Brothers. Need I say more?
Yeah, Step Brothers. Yeah, Step Brothers. Yeah, but she has. I think even though she has definitely. I feel like they could have easily made her an unlikable character, but they didn't, and I really like that. I really like that.
But who is her husband, Victor?
Oh my god!
It's don't tell me.
Bro.
It's Jimmy McGill's older brother from Better Call Saul.
Okay, maybe yes, maybe I haven't gotten that far in Better Call Saul, but more importantly, the husband is motherfucking Anthony Cooper from Lost. That little cunt bitch, Anthony Cooper, ruining Locke's life like that.
You're no better than I am.
I didn't remember this at all until
right when I saw Kevin
it.
Teague's name come up on the screen, I'm like, oh no, Anthony Cooper is in this fucking.
Oh yeah, Kevin Teague. Okay, here's the thing. You're no better than I am when it comes to making a reference. I made a Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul reference of the character, while you made a reference to, to another character from Lost. Where
Anthony
I mean,
Cooper. And also, guess what? In this movie, he's kind of a douchebag too.
Yeah, well, guess what? He tends to die like one, even though it's never seen.
Yeah, and he just drowns. He drowns in the damn pool. And well, it's he just drowns in the damn pool.
I love when he keeps
Okay, hold on a second.
I love when he
drowns
keeps asking Gilbert.
in a kiddie pool.
He drowns in a kiddie pool.
He drowns.
Even though the kiddie pool is like
no. Hold on. He drowned it in a kiddie pool.
Even though all kiddie pools are like very shallow.
The guy, Crispin Glover, who, by the way, who's unrecognizable. I forgot that was Crispin Glover for like an hour.
I forgot.
I do too, and he was great in his role.
He was like at that point. I'm like, oh, he probably went into cardiac arrest, and they're doing all these furious things. And John C. Reilly, I think he's really good. Speaking of Step Brothers,
I think
John
that
C.
could,
Reilly.
you know what? I think that could have happened. Him getting cardiac arrest and then drowning like that.
Possible. John C. Reilly's character is all about, he's trying to, because in this town where this movie takes place in Endura, it literally is a wasteland. Nobody really ever does anything. It's all the same. It's a wasteland. Nothing happens. And, I like how John C. Reilly's character, even though it's just literally just him trying to get a job at a burger place, I like how, he's trying to do something with his life. I think it's very sweet. I think it's really sweet. Like, it's not as good as, say, his performance as Jim in Magnolia, because Magnolia.
Here. Hold on a second.
Great.
Hold on.
Could have drowned it.
Oh, no, he found it. Oh, Jesus.
That's your Anthony Cooper in a nutshell.
Yeah, but he's really great. This character almost hacked off my grade, almost did, and I'll get to why. The youngest sister, I think his name was Ellen.
My
God, he's one brat.
Listen,
what a brat.
She almost took off half a point because for the first half of the movie, she is just being a complete bitch the entire time.
You know what I wanted to do? I just want to smack her good.
Especially with this.
The tuba on the.
I'll tell you one thing. That is clever. That is clever, though. But still, what she did to Arnie, you know what? I'm surprised Johnny's character didn't do. I'm surprised she didn't get smacked in the face.
Yeah. Although I feel like her character did change for the better in the second half, particularly.
Yes, it did. It did.
Where she pretty much does a face turn when these people are looking out. It was right after the mother walks out of the jail cell, and everybody's looking at her. Oh, she's all fat, and these group of kids coming up to the window see, oh, look, she's fat, and then she does a fucking face turn and throws her fucking food in the damn window, breaking it in half. I'm just like, there you go. That's how you support your family. From that point forward, she didn't irritate me anymore, and I actually felt sympathy after that point.
That's great. That's like a great change in her character to the second half.
Now the other sister, I mean, there's really nothing that wrong with her, in my opinion.
After when she does the face turn, that's when she gets better. And the ma she's great.
No. What I mean is that there's another sister in there, but the problem is
she doesn't really have that much to do in the movie, but I think she's fine. I think she's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
hold on a second. Matching the gas tank. Boom, boom.
The movie doesn't have like a complex narrative or anything like that. It's a very simple story. Lasse Hallström directs incredibly simple, but the direction of that is simple. It's simple, but it's effective. It's effective, and it turns the town into almost a character in and of itself in the movie. To the point where people don't go to the local supermarket. They go to this other big supermarket. I forget it's like Food Mart or whatever. I think it's called Food Mart. And it's like right next there. And it's like people go there. And, there's this big thing. And you have to go buy a birthday cake for Arnie after.
It's Foodland. Yeah, Foodland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was a real place. I think that's a real supermarket.
Yeah, I had one in
Never thought there would be.
And also, you know what's funny? There's a scene in the scene where Gilbert goes inside the house, and there's a tiny little corner, and I see this sign. I'm just like, oh my God, is that the Beauty and the Beast 1992 VHS staring at me, the promotional material for it? And that's what it is. You see the copies of the tapes there. I was like, wow. As a VHS Disney VHS nut hugger. I'm like, I appreciate
that
you
was
know, the
something I
Paramount
did
movie.
not even expect upon a
'Cause
second
they
viewing.
shot it when Beauty and the Beast came on VHS, because that was like one of the most anticipated VHS tapes of '92, if not the most, because of how well it did in the theater. But like, it really like, wow, you see that? But yeah, like they go to this place and like the burger place is moving over to the area, and just like
Burger
it brings
Barn.
up a bunch of changes in their lifestyles, to the point where, you know, Gilbert is just so frustrated. He just wants to fucking go away from the town because he's so fucking frustrated about all the things that are happening to him.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I can actually feel for him.
I do too. Because you know, he's already, I forgot to mention his father killed himself like 17 years before the movie starts, and you know, he's dealing with a lot of the man of the house type of stuff because Arnie is disabled, and you know, the mother, you know, she can't take over him because of how overweight she is, and he has to pretty much take care of everything, and you know, the pressures. He has to grow up really fast. You know, he's 25 in the movie. That was 17 years ago. You know,
and that's really difficult for somebody that is like growing up, because like in your 20s is really like, I mean, in your 20s is basically when you like find yourself and everything. So he's like having to take care of things and also like not having the time to find himself, which is really sad.
But yeah, but I think that's where Juliette Lewis comes in. She almost in a way, through their relationship, finds himself in that regard. But then, you know, all these different struggles start to happen with Arnie going into prison, and he has a fear of water. He doesn't want to
he has a fear of water. Well, the reason why he has a fear of water is because of that whole bath thing.
Yeah, and you know, because he left them there. He just left them there for like what, a good 12 hours there, cold.
And you know what's so weird?
Yeah.
You know what's so weird? Movie, the fact that when you say 17 years that he's been having to look over things, he was doing that since age 8.
That's crazy. That is so crazy.
That's mind blowing. Of when I first heard it just now.
But you know,
but the fact that the father takes his own life all because his last born son has to be, you know.
Not only that, I feel like they say in the movie like he was not fulfilled in his life. He's just like, he kept it all to himself. He was internally depressed. That like
I can understand that, but you know,
it's just one of those.
It's
things
whatever, you know.
But you know, that whole thing led him to go. But then he tries to kind of go back and try to fix things, and then he tries to apologize to Artie, which is a very nice scene. And then that great scene of the mother finally going up the stairs.
Where is Artie?
And she goes up the stairs. It's just so rewarding. And then
I got a better question.
It's just when she just dies.
I got a better question
right there.
Yeah.
I got a better
question.
question.
It was emotional. And then they're figuring out what the hell to do. I'm just like, now she's gonna look like a joke. But then
I got a better question. Where's Waldo at?
But Gilbert comes up with this really crazy idea.
He's me.
Oh yeah. Remember, match the gas tank, boom boom. Well,
he
that's
literally
pretty
has to
much what
match
happens.
the gas tank and literally burns down his own house because he wanted to give his mother a more, you know, a sympathetic death, because he would laugh at him like a regular, but and just like, wow,
you know, in a way,
the biggest change of your lives, burning down that house.
You know what? You know what else he did? What? He actually gave her a Jedi/Viking funeral.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that, you know, and also not to mention, the body is still in the house. They didn't move it. The body was still in the house.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that makes sense because again, I mean, it'll take like 10 to 20 men to lift her to get her out of the house, but the last thing they wanted was for her to be laughed at and, you know, made fun of.
They wanted to give her a sympathetic death to people, you know, and it's just gut-wrenching when they burn down the house. And then after that, they go their separate ways. Gilbert goes with Arnie, and then the other two sisters go on their separate ways.
Actually, no. Arnie goes with Gilbert.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Gilbert goes with Arnie. But the girls, they go their separate ways from them too.
It's really difficult too, because it's like that just burning down your home and everything. You're like letting, not to get pretentious or anything, but it's like you're like letting go.
Here we go.
Letting go. Letting go. Just like
Here we go with the P word bullshit, Jared.
Let him finish. Go ahead, Jared.
But no, like I mean, Victor got what I was saying and everything. You're literally letting go of your past and like moving on, because it's like
all the other depression that happened in the house, like not just the suicide by the father, but that death.
And also too, it's a fresh start. In some ways, it's hopeful because it's a fresh start, and that's what the ending is all about. It's a fresh start for them. It's like they get to begin anew.
Okay, like I haven't watched this movie in maybe like 3 or 4 years. The soundtrack, I knew exactly like the music to this movie like before it even started and everything, and it's like
it's
just
really
stuck
good
in my
score. It's really good. It's like guitar driven, and it's like, think of it this way: some of the parts of the score for Field of Dreams, not everything in Field of Dreams, but some of the music in Field of Dreams kind of reminds me of this, and it's just really. I think it fits with the movie. I think it really does, and and also not to mention about the ending too that first of all, it jumps a year. Arnie turns 19 after all these doctors saying, "Oh, he doesn't have much longer. He doesn't have much longer," and he beat it, and was 19. And Juliette Lewis and her grandma go pick him up, and they reunite and all that stuff. It's a nice ending. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, like it felt very genuine too, and that's how you conclude such a fantastic movie too.
And then Arnie outlived everyone. The end.
Maybe that is the case, but I feel like
I'm gonna drown you, man.
Incredibly moving.
I'm sorry. I had to do that.
That was really good, Jordy.
It's incredibly.
Thank you.
It's incredibly moving. It just has powerful
performances. It is. And I want to say this for the record. This movie now has a special place for me in my heart right now, because it kind of reminds me like the way how Johnny Depp, Gilbert is taking care of Leonardo DiCaprio, Arnie. It kind of reminds me of how I take care of my sister and how I took care of my brother, God rest his soul.
Yeah,
because, because again, special needs kids and all that stuff. And the thing is, I also want to set the record straight for a lot of people here. When it comes down to me taking care of my sister and then taking care of my brother once upon a time, I was not forced to take care of them. I chose to. There's a difference between being made to do something and choosing to do something. And my mom did not go and bended hand and knee, tell me to pick up where she left off. In fact, I learned mostly from her to, eventually, take care of them. And that's how, again, that's how it is. And that's, that's why this movie is actually, just by watching this movie, I consider it one of my favorites, because it kind of reminds me of what I would do.
Yeah, it's just, I think it deals with that, with the that's another thing I really liked. They didn't treat the Arnie as a stereotype. It could have easily been taken as a stereotype of special needs kids, right?
That's one of the problems with characters that are special needs. And
they treat them like a stereotype, but this movie doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. It's not like, here I go again, I Am Sam, where Sean Penn has to go fucking full-on retard, and it's just unbearable. I fucking
he told me some about that.
Yeah, I did too.
Because Tropic Thunder made fun of that.
But here, autism here was portrayed
not autism.
perfectly.
It's not explicitly saying it's autism. It's just mentally challenged.
And the thing is, this kind of autism was like more low functioning than it is the high functioning.
Again, they didn't say explicitly that it was autism, so I'm just gonna assume it's just mental deficiencies. But it's just so.
It could be anything. What you call it. It could be mental retardation, mentally challenged, autistic, or anything, or special needs, like that kind of deal. That's just how it is.
But it's just one of those movies where I feel like personally I can relate to, especially considering I'm stuck in my mid-20s. And it's just about this guy. What is eating Gilbert Grape? I could say it's one of either one or two things: life itself, or the fear of change. That's what's eating him. And
I would say, in my view, when I watch the movie, I could say both.
It's just one of those things where it's just a remarkable piece of work. It's just, I feel like it's gonna get better on a rewatch. But for me,
yes, it will be.
For me personally, this is just fuck it, 5 out of 5.
Yep, it's a tour of 4.
5 out of 5
Same here.
Listen, this is a movie that has like been with me for a very long time. I have watched it. I always revisit it, and this time I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Yay!
So that means technically
I genuinely just
it's unanimous.
Love this movie.
It's unanimous.
And by the way, just so we're clear, I can probably tell that the mom in the movie was always proud of what Gilbert would try to do every day to try and get Arnie and all that.
Like, a scene about that where
that
one.
And you know
scene
what?
That's
the same thing. That's the same thing with my parents and me. How I step up to the plate.
When she calls him a shimmering knight.
Yeah.
Shimmering.
Like not a shining knight.
Shining?
Shimmering. That is just.
Yeah.
That is the moment that really, truly gets me.
Every time. One other thing. Tom Green, take notes. Fucking dickhead. That's how you do fucking mentally candy. Freddy got fingered, motherfucker. Anyway, that's a 5 out of 5 for me. I fucking love this movie.
5 out of 5.
Me too.
So, well, it's that time of.
Because that's how I met Bingo.
It's that time of no. I'm not trying to get myself kicked off again. It's time for the wheel. It's time for wheel.
Okay,
now.
Here we go. Wheel of bullshit. Did it.
All right. Let's see where
you're gonna drown in this one, man.
Hopefully I don't drown with this
drown.
Hopefully I don't drown in just.
He's gonna
drown
it.
Please.
He could have drowned it.
I hope I don't drown in a bad movie. I really hope not. So, but let's just press the button.
How about
see what
Shark Tale?
happens. 3, 2, 1. Oh,
don't jinx it, please, Jordy.
He's gonna drown it with the sharks, man.
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck.
Oh, that's one of my picks.
I've always wanted to see that.
Same.
John Hughes directed it, I think. Did he direct it?
Well, at least it's something that I picked.
I know he wrote it, but I don't know if he directed it. What the hell happened? What happened? I thought I heard the fucking thing come on. Uh-oh.
What?
Somebody's trying to infiltrate in here. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I closed up the tab. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I thought somebody was trying to infiltrate our damn screen.
Dumbass.
But this is one of the John Hughes movies.
Dumbass.
This is one of the John Hughes movies I've never seen. I haven't seen a lot of his movies. Believe it or not, I've never seen the fucking Breakfast Club. I know.
Let's see. Last year for one of the prizes for the adult summer reading at my library, Uncle Buck was one of the movies that was in there.
Oh my god, bro. That's weird. But yeah, I think Macaulay Culkin makes his screen debut in this movie, right? I think he's in this movie 1 year before Home Alone.
I don't know anything about this movie except for who's in it.
And also has,
as the main
I believe, speaking of Field of Dreams, I'm gonna try and make sure before I make a mistake, y'all. I made a mistake because I don't want to fuck anything up.
Mistake, y'all. Sorry.
Yes, believe it or not, 2 cast members from Field of Dreams are in this movie. 2 of them.
I got
Amy Madigan, who plays the wife of Kevin Costner, and Gabby Hoffman, who plays the daughter of Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams. And now I think they're playing the family, part of the family that he's trying to babysit. I'm just like, wow. Like, and it came out the same year, like literally 2 months apart, 2 or 3 months apart. I'm just like, wow. They shared the screen in 2 movies in the same year for the same fucking studio, Universal. That's funny to me. I don't know. I just figured that's a weird fun fact that they did another movie together literally like right afterwards. But anyway, that's it.
I'm gonna play a clip like once the credits, do it.
But yeah, that's it. Jordy, do the honors.
All right, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in for the Popcorn Panel Podcast, episode 83. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you missed your chance in the live chat, comment down below. Give us your thoughts and opinions. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the David 3000 Network channel. And also hit the notification bell so that way you'll be notified whenever this channel does an upload, a premiere, or a live stream like this one at all times. Same goes for the Count Victor Devalle, the Saint Jared Ross, the Conqueror William Braun, and yours truly, the Youngblood Outsider Jordy Scout, aka J-Man's Legit. And with that being said, God bless you all. Have a great night and stay healthy for even better tomorrow. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go to bed, man. So, yeah.
Make sure you don't drown it.
I could have drowned it.
I could have done that. And also, I need to catch up because King of the Planet of the Apes came on digital. I have to fucking go watch that now. Or watch the other Planet of the Apes movies first and watch that so I can fucking review it next week. That's right. It's coming.
I can't wait for the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Just without the special effects cut.
Oh yeah, that's right. But anyway, that's a tease for next week. I'll see you all next week, and hopefully my back doesn't break then. Bye bye.
Me! Am I picking up little things?